All right. Here we go. We're here. Let's check these comments. Yo, what's up, Omega? I just got I just got the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection. I got it too. On the PS. Well, yeah. I guess it's the PS4 since they don't have a PS5 version of it or whatever. So, what's up, Landon? You guys can hear me, man. I just want to make sure you guys can hear me. What's up, Loud Boy? What's up, Pepsi? What's going on? Good evening. Good evening. Wait for you guys to come on in. How was your weekend so far? It's Friday. I know a lot of you guys are probably off or just getting off from work or college, for the weekend and stuff. Yeah, I got the physical copy too. Versus Monster Hunter Wilds on Tuesday. We'll play it later. Okay. Yeah, I bought, let me see. My this just came in this earlier today. I bought the remaster of Tales of Graces F. I have Tales of Graces F on the PS3. That I still got that copy, but I love despite how people talk about localization and all this other censorship and all this other type of stuff when it comes to these remasters or whatever. Self-preservation, man. They're preserving these games, these older games, and having them on modern platforms. I really like it. I really think it's a good idea and stuff like that. I have a PS3. My PS3 is packed and stored away, along with my PS3 games and stuff. And I don't feel like going to storage, unpacking it. I have too much stuff in my room. I can't fit another console in here, especially just to play an older console and stuff like that. Don't feel like it. So that's why I'm glad that they're bringing these remasters out. For modern time on modern hardware and platforms where you're able to digitally download these games and stuff like that. So yeah, it's Tales of Graces F. Definitely glad I got this. Let's see. What's up, Jalen? Let's see. I like I said before, physical gaming is better. Yo, what's up, Neo? What's going on, everybody? Yeah, so I'm all down for it. Now I'm waiting for it. And then Monday, my Suikoden 1 and 2 remaster is coming as well. So man, I'm having all my classics and on modern consoles. So I'm happy. I'm happy for this and everything. What's up, Ruin? So yeah, so first and foremost, you know how we do things here. Let's go do this real quick. For starters, make sure you check out Striking Kill Tees. Like I said, we have a custom t-shirt company. We're in Philadelphia. We're stationed here in Philadelphia. Got our own studio. The website, the link, and everything is in the chat itself, so you can go check it out. And as I said before, we do custom designs. We're graphic designers, so you won't be able to find these designs anywhere else but our website. So it's exclusive. And also, as I said before, we don't just do t-shirts. We also do hats, mugs, hoodies. We do the whole 9 yards. You know what I'm saying? So you can definitely go check this out. And as I said, when it came to my VK or Venus Orion Comics campaign that we did about a month or two ago, about 2 months ago now, most of my all my merchandise is done in-house through my brothers, Striking KOTs. And right now we have like a $5 off sale that's going on. I think we're going to have a run for the whole year. So it's to promote the business and stuff. So when you come in, you can put the promo code in. It takes $5 off of your purchase. We have a variety of things. Mugen TV is going to have its own store pretty soon on Striking KOT. So you can be able to get Mugen TV merchandise as well, like like shirts and sweatpants, Mugen TV hoodies and stuff. I think it's going to be pretty cool for you guys to be able to check out and everything. Also, we're going to be having Venus Orion Comics merchandise as well on Striking KOTs, along with, of course, when I release or launch my website for Venus Orion Comics, you'll be able to get merchandise through there. So coming soon, you're going to have the Young Rav wallet along with the other type of wallets from VK. You're going to have arm bags from VK and also mugs and tumblers. So you can definitely go check it out. We also have a couple of promoters who have promoted us as well, who actually did unboxing of our merchandise and the stuff that we sent to them as a package for them to check out our products and bring it to their audience and stuff like that. Also, we're going to be at we just went to ZoloCon. I think the next con we're going to be going to is going to be at the end of this month. My brother has all the listing for the cons, and I'll make the announcement too when I get the when I ask them the information and stuff. So just in case you're interested in wanting to know that as well. Let's see. Is anything else I want to mention? Yes, and if you're curious about what the merch look like, I've always showed. I bought in. I got my tumbler of Young Rav merchandise. I use this. I drink a lot of my drinks in it, and what I like about it is tin. It's metal, even down to the straw. And when you put the ice in it, the ice actually stay. Man, I love the fact is that when I put ice in it, one time I left the ice in there overnight. I had to put it in the refrigerator or the freezer or whatever, but I left it in here, and the ice didn't even melt. It was still left in here, nice and cool. So yeah, I really do appreciate these, and you'll be able to buy these, or you'll be able to get them at the campaigns too. But yes, you'll be able to buy these pretty soon as well. You can get Young Rav, Kyo, Strike, you can get Varion and everything like that. Also, to show you, because I got it here too. Mouse pads. I got a Young Rav. Let me put it right here for you guys. I got a Young Rav mouse pad as well. So you're able to buy these coming soon, and you're able to get them off the campaign when it was open. Got a VK mouse pad as well, so you have that. So that's pretty cool. So you know me, I'm rocking my merchandise, and I got hold up 1 second, because I always want to make sure I show off the stuff. Just to show you guys. Correct. Also, got my VK wallet. Also, I'm rocking the Venus Orion Comics shirt as well. You'll be able to get that as well. But yes, the VK, Venus Orion Comics, got the VK wallet. Got all my stuff in here and everything. So there's that. Still not done. I want to make sure I cover everything. And of course, you can't miss this. The Venus Orion Comics hoodie. You better get the hoodie as well. So yeah, see, get the shirt, got the hoodie, you got the hoodie right here. You know what I'm saying? We'll definitely be working on other designs. There's something else too. I gotta show off. Can't forget this either. Got a VK shirt as well, so you'll be able to get that and everything. So yeah, this stuff will be available on Striking Kilo Tees and Venus Orion Comics website when my website launches and stuff like that. So I just wanted to make sure I show all that stuff off and everything. Let me see. I'm dropping all this change. I gotta get me a piggy bank. That's right. I gotta, because my Bomberman bank is done. That thing got totaled and stuff. So yes. So back to what I was saying. Bring it back. All right, let me look at the chat before we continue on real quick. All right, let's go back. Let's see what we got here. Landon said he 100%. I never went. I still have yet to 100% a game. I got too many games that I don't play. I don't sit down and play one game until it's completed or whatever. My whole goal is when I buy a game, did it entertain me? Did I get the value from it as far as the gameplay and story and stuff like that? Unless I'm really fiending for that game, I'll do another run through. You know what I'm saying? And then try to do different things or do things that I skipped and stuff like that. But I normally don't 100% games. He said I might get the Ninja Gaiden Master Collection. I'm gonna reinstall Nier Automata when I get home. I got Nier Automata on PS4, but I do want to get it for the Xbox as well. That's up, my man. Just finished working out, about to go eat. Didn't do the homework. Didn't have the time, but I'm motivated still. Okay. Megan Lord, what's up, big homie? Say, man. Are you familiar with Ripper? He's down here in Texas. Yeah, I know who Ripper is. Yeah, I got the Ripper. I got Yaira. I got Ripper Zine. I do got Gooding. I got Horseman. Who else do I got? Yeah, I think that's the only Ripper books that I do got. That hip. Thanks for keeping us updated with the Vampire Killers. All I have been playing is Neo 2. I am 9 to 10 hours in so far. I can't stop playing. Like how do y'all how do y'all put that much hours in like single player games that's not really 100 hours long? But like, what do y'all do? Y'all constantly keep replaying the games over and over again, or like how do y'all put that much hours in? Like, I would like to know that. And yeah, you know me, man. Like, I'm about transparency. So with Venus and Ryan Comics, I'm always gonna keep you guys updated. That's why let me get back to that. I'll get to the other questions in a second. That's why I'm all about transparency and everything when it comes to Venus and Ryan Comics. As I said before, if you haven't yet, I urge you guys to if you have pre-ordered the book and everything. As I said before, I always come back, even though you pre-order and you back. You got to make sure you answer that survey, so I make sure I have the correct information. It's important that you answer that or whatever. You have all the way until it's time for the books to actually go out, fulfillment start. Then you have 48 hours to make sure everything's correct. We still have 27 people who still haven't filled out the survey or whatever. So people are not checking their emails. People are not doing that at all. So as I said before, you gotta have that information. I need that information and stuff like that to make sure everything's correct and make sure that your product gets to you guys. You gotta answer it or whatever. All right. So as I said before, you always come back here, check your emails. I put if you click on the updates tabs right here, it keeps you guys updated of what's going on with the campaign and stuff. Yes, the funds. Kickstarter has finally sent me the funds about a couple days ago. I went out to Mixam. That's the people that's doing the book, that's printing out the book and stuff like that. The orders are printed, and instead of the 13th, the books will probably be coming the 18th, because what happened was after I sent out the order and everything, I didn't check my email. I thought they was going to print it off right away. So they took the money and everything. They sent me another email a couple hours later saying that I needed to confirm, because I have a big order. They don't want to print unless everything is correct, which I really, really love that kind of service. They didn't want to print it right away because they want me to look over it, which I didn't know that's what they do when I have a big order. Because when I ordered my other books, I ordered a copy of each cover. So it's a small volume. They don't do that. But when I'm ordering, a couple hundred books, which I ordered 200 and something books or whatever like that, and I spent over $1,400 from the funds from you guys or whatever like that, and they was like, okay, we ain't going to print this right away. We need your confirmation first to make sure everything is good. So 2 days went by, and I didn't even know that they sent me another email. So I've checked my Venus Ryan Comics email the whole time. The printing was on hold because they needed a confirmation from me. So I finally gave them the confirmation about a day ago or 2 days ago. So now instead of the 13th, all the books will be here by the 18th, and cover A will be by the 25th. So now instead of the window being from 13th to the 20th, now it's from the 18th to the 25th or whatever like that. So the 18th is on is 2 Tuesdays from now. So yes, and that was my bad on my part for not checking the email after I put the order in. So yes, they're coming on the 18th or whatever. And which I'll make a post in the update to let everybody know after the stream is over. So once they get here, I got the confirmation. They sent me, say, yo, we're printing it right now. So they're printing the books right now, and it will be here by the 18th. And from the 18th to the 25th, that's the window. And as I said before, as I repeat myself, once the first batch get here, which covers B, C, and D, since it's not that many of them compared to cover A. Cover A has more covers because I have to order 50 more for conventions. So I have to, so when I go to conventions, I can sell some at conventions and stuff like that. So I have to order 50 more books, cover A's or whatever like that. So that's why that batch takes longer. So once B, C, and D get here together, that's when digital comic version goes out first. So make sure you guys check your surveys, gave me the correct email address, and when the books get here in my studio, which I'll be taking the picture to show you guys that it's here, start looking out for your emails because the digital comics are going out, and digital comics is also available, as I said before. I'll be answering your questions in this, checking the chat in a second. I just want to make sure I get all this stuff out of the way first. As I said before, if you bought the digital, no, if you bought the physical, you get digital with it for free. So you're also included in that batch. When digitals go out, even those who also got it, who bought it physical, will get your digital. You will get it along with everybody else who only got digital or whatever like that. And remember, digital is only $5 standalone. But if you get the book physical, you get digital for free. So those who got the book will also get the digital at first. While we doing fulfillment, you guys get a chance to actually read it digitally as you wait for your physical copy of the book to get to your doorstep and everything. And another thing I gotta mention that yes, covers B, C, and D. You won't be able to get these now that the campaign is over. You won't ever be able to get these covers ever again. So that was it. You won't be able to get these. This is the end of it. So yes, these are rare covers. So those, I appreciate those who came through and was able to come in and show some support and get these covers. So yeah, you guys who got these covers, man, you got rare covers. You got very rare covers. And like I said, I'm transparent. You will never see me ever sell these covers at conventions or anywhere. You guys have these covers, and no one else will ever get these covers ever again. So those who missed out on it, I'm sorry to say that you won't be able to get a chance to ever get these covers ever again. And just to show you, this one's the favorite one, cover D, which costs $30 and very limited. Yes, you open it up and got a full wrap. This is the manga version. Like I said, this is the main theme that I'm going for with cover D. So it's going to have this manga version. And like I said, it tells a story, or it foreshadows either events in the book or foreshadow future events in the series of VK. And I put little clues in that you can look for that may hint at possible things to happen. And as I said before, we're going for like an anime style type of artwork and stuff. So just check it out, fully colored and everything. So yeah. All right, so let me get to the let me get back to the chat real quick. Oh, before I can get back to the chat, I forgot. Oh crap. Come on. All right, before I even get back to the chat, I forgot. Let me put the Venus Orion Comics and VK Kickstarter just in case people just want to look at it. And then of course we can't forget the last thing before we get into our discussion and just chill. And here's the newsletter. I said it. I'm gonna say it once. I said it once before. I'm gonna say it again. I put it in the chat. The link to the newsletter, like I said before, is free. If you subscribe to the newsletter, Venus Orion Comics, you not only get behind the scenes of what's going on, you will be the first to know any information of what's going on with Venus Orion Comics before anybody else. And as I said before, there's limited items when it comes to these campaigns that I do, these pre-order campaigns for these books. So when chapter 2 comes, if you're part of the newsletter, you'll get the notification before anybody else. So you can be able to just run in there and jump in and snatch whatever you're trying to snatch or whatever like that. And also you get free wallpapers that you can put on your desktop, your cell phone, and everything. And also, I will also want to repeat, if there will be like contests for you to win merchandise and also be able to win a copy of chapter 1 of VK in the future, especially when I do like a Smash Bros. Ultimate tournament, probably Street Fighter 6, maybe soon the City of Wolves, or maybe not Blaze Blue, Grand Blue, Fantasy Rising and stuff, versus Rising and stuff like that. All kinds of different games we can possibly do. You have a chance to be able to win some cool Venus Orion Comics merch. But in order for you to be able to participate in it, you have to, I repeat, you have to sign up for this. You have to sign up to the newsletter. That's the only way you're able to participate. And I didn't forget to announce the winners. I will be announcing the winners of the art contest and everything as well, fan art contest as well. So stay tuned for that. And also at the bottom, there's all the social media links that you can check out where Venus Orion Comics is at. And then last but not least, if you're new here to this channel, here's my YouTube channel, Mugen Lord and Mugen TV. You can go definitely check out this channel if you're interested in this and you curious about the type of content that I cover. I cover video game news. I did cover culture war stuff, but I'm detoxing myself from it. I'm not really getting into the culture war stuff like I used to. I'm not liking it. It's stressful. It's not fun. We lost definitely lost the plot when it comes to the culture war and stuff. So I'm just trying to pivot away from that or whatever and just go back and talk about, what I enjoy, video games and what I like about video games. And I'll be covering, I did my first anime review, which I talked about the Terminator anime. And also I'm going to have an indie corner where I'll be covering a lot of indie games. I do have two indie companies came to me and they want me to try out their games. Their closed betas and stuff like that. So there's two games that I'll be trying out and playing, and then I'll do a video on it at some point. I won't tell you what the game with these two indie games are. You want to wait until the video drops and stuff. So yes, I've been working with some indie developers, like playing their games and stuff like that. That I have this content coming pretty soon. So stay on the lookout for that. But yeah, so if you into gaming content, definitely check it out. So Jacob said, "What's up? What's up, Jacob? What's up, the illest? I'm doing good, man. What's up, Jonan? Yes, Levistro. Welcome. Yo, what's up, Rav? He said it's been a strange day. My job called and asked me to come back, but I don't know what their real plans are for me. Yeah, my heart sinks when I used to work or whatever like that. Working 9 to 5, I'm like, oh my god, when stuff like that happen, like and especially when you have your whole day planned out, what you going to do, and they call you to come the fuck back. So I play for the plot and playability. As I've been talking to AI too to help develop my story. It's really useful, but you have these ideas, have those ideas loaded. Yes, man, there's nothing wrong. Chat GPT is a good tool to help you organize your thoughts and with your storytelling and stuff. Don't be ashamed of it. That's what it's for. It's an actual tool. And I'm starting to understand. First, I was against AI, but AI is actually a great tool, especially when it comes to story writing, coming up with business proposals. My whole layout on Kickstarter, Chat GPT helped me out to help me organize all that. Chat GPT did that. What's up, Vernon? What's going on? Have you ever heard about Skullgirls? If not, continued development of the game may have ceased. Yeah, I saw links to it, but I haven't really followed it. I put 235 hours to Astral Chain. For me, it's about the replay value. Yeah, I have Astral Chain. I said I would never play that. I'm not an action game person. I'm not a character action game person. And that final boss stressed me the fuck out. After I beat that game, I said, I'm not playing that game again. It's a good game. It's not bad, but it frustrated me. I said, I'm not playing this game ever again. He said, yep, I got over 1,000 hours on Skyrim, but most games I got 100 plus hours on is because of the achievements. I don't really care about achievement. People keep asking me, so Mugen Lord, like how many achievements do you got? I don't know. I don't care. I don't care for achievements. They don't really do nothing for me. Neo's a blast. Lately playing with a friend, a whole new experience. Cool. What's your thoughts on The Last of Us 3 getting canned? I haven't really looked into it. I have to look into it to give you my actual thoughts on it. Neo 2 has many different builds. Niji plus hard, Ninja Game plus hard difficulties, rare equipment. Okay. That hit. I have that game crunk ass. Caffeinated. What's up? What's going on? What conventions are you going to? I gotta get the list from our brothers because they have the list of stuff that we'll be going to. So Michael, that hit you damn right about that. LL, you ain't lying there. I'm gonna tear your ass up. Took me a while to get used to it in the first start. What's up, Emerald? What's going on? Oh man, he said, I wonder how much those covers cost now. So I bought the series on every platform. Oh, nice. Just subscribe. Forgot about it. Oh, cool. Appreciate it. That's what I'm gonna start doing, bringing up my YouTube channel so it can remind people and stuff. That's cool games like that. Run those Street Fighter 6 sets, bro. I've been putting it in the ground. I haven't even played. All I played was the World Tour when it first came out. I ain't played all the way through it. So I haven't really been playing any fighting games, man. Like I haven't playing any fighting games, man. I just don't have the time to like learn the games and stuff like that. It takes too much time and dedication. And just to get online and get bodied by people who've been playing the game for a very long time. Like it's just not fun after a while. Also can't wait for Ninja Gaiden 4. Cool. Culture War is a vicious waste of time. It's made a pit of people against each other. Said okay. Said I'll maybe wait for a local game exchange. I don't support AI stealing people's art. That's it. Yeah. This the art thing, no. But as far as like actually using it as a tool to help you for your writing and organizing ideas and coming up with business plans and helping you with your resumes and stuff like that, awesome tool, man. I've been playing Legends of Heroes Trails. I don't know when I'm gonna be able to get to that game. So what's up, Matt? Mad Dog, what's going on? You stoked for RoboCop Road? I haven't even played the base game of RoboCop, so I can't say I'm hyped for it. It's a nice catch. You live again, Mugen. Hope you're not yet tired from shipping all the comics. Yeah, well, the comics is going to be here around the 18th and 25th window, like that. So I'm tired right now because I'm on this new regimen now where it's just hardcore grinding from this point on. Just hardcore. Like I've been up all day crafting ideas for new videos for YouTube. On top of that, man, I've been getting emails from indie companies wanting me to play their games, and I agreed to all of them. I don't know. So I got a lot of games to test play, so I could be able to present it to you guys on my channel. So hopefully you guys come through my indie corner segment when I have the time and have the chance to actually do it. And on top of that, Venus and Ryan Comics, making sure staying in touch with the prints. The prints are coming through and planning for chapter 2 with my artists and stuff like that. So I'm doing a lot of that. And now I'm trying to stream. I'm trying to go full on like streaming. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do it all. And then also on top of that, being a dad, full-time single dad. My daughter lives with me and stuff like that. So I'm doing that. And then on top of that, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to I'm going to the gym, getting back into the gym, because all I do is more so my walks, but I've been getting back into the gym, lifting weights and stuff like that. So I'm trying to do it all, man. It seems like it's not enough time in the day. What's up, Lowest Expectations? So but my most played games last several years is Xenoblade 2. That's funny that you say that. Oh, excuse me. It's funny that you mentioned Xenoblade, because my most played game they have the most hours would be Xenoblade and Final Fantasy VII Remake, and the remake trilogy when they both came out, with Remake and then and Rebirth came out. Because I put 110 hours in Rebirth. I did like 100. No, I did like 80 hours in Remake. And then when it came to the Xenoblade games, like each like Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I put in about, let me see, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I put in about 85 hours. And then, but Xenoblade 3, I put in about 100. I put about 105 or 108 hours in Xenoblade 3. Those are the only games that I really put crunching those hours in. Hey, I'm seeing with the Culture War crap. All I really want is to do is my content versus content blogs and animation, game reviews, music too. Yeah, man. As for what I've been playing recently, been on a JRPG kick as of late. I'm currently playing through Hack GU, an amazing JRPG franchise. Yeah. Hack was cool for what it was. $25 each week. Yep. Ninja Gaiden, the Master Collection should be cheap. Dope. I'm playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2 now, and I'm stuck at chapter 2 in the fight against Bridget. I don't know if my level's too low. Your level's too low. Like you and Xenoblade, dude. Let me tell you something right now. Xenoblade gets, if you do not level in Xenoblade, that game, especially when you get to the very end, and whatever you do in Xenoblade, do not rest in the hotels. Because what happens is when you rest in the hotels, you can actually spend your bonus EXP to level you up. No, I save when I get to the end of the game. That's when I cash in all of my experience bonus XP. So that means at the end of the game, I can be at like level 6, I can be at level 50 or 60. And once I cash in those things, I'm like level 80 and 90 and stuff. It shoots me right up to 80 and 90 or whatever like that. So do not waste your bonus XP. Let all that bonus XP pile up until you get to the when you get near the end of the game, then go to the hotel, rest, and then when you hit rest, choose to fully rest. When you choose to fully rest, then you can spend, cash in all your XP, and then you will shoot up these crazy levels. But if you do not level grind in Xenoblade will kick your ass, especially when it comes to the last boss. Because I'm not spoiling everything, but I'm just telling you the patterns to Xenoblade games. Most Xenoblade games, the boss got multiple different levels and forms. So after you beat one form, there's another form and possibly another form. So I'm telling you that right now. You gotta level your ass up. If Bridget is beating your ass, you're not strong. You better go level up. You better level up. What's up, Mugen? I had 400 plus hours on Cyberpunk. See, Cyberpunk, I can see that. Like, there's so much. I got it on the PC, man. I got it after the update. Ew, PS4. I just noticed that. But I gotta get back to that game. I gotta get back to playing that game because first I was against Cyberpunk being in first person. But I'm not gonna lie, Night City and playing that game in first person, I feel more immersed in Night City or whatever like that, in the universe of Cyberpunk itself. I feel what I do is I turn off all the lights, put my LED blue lights on, and I make sure my headphones blast the music up, and I'm just soak it all up, man. I like Cyberpunk 2077. Seriously though, the Dot Hack series is basically Sword Art Online, but actually good and with more the base storyline of Ghost in the Shell. Yeah, I have the original Dot Hack games on the PS2. I think I got all 3 volumes. I think it was episodes 1, 2, and 3. I got all, and each of them came like a disc with an anime that comes packed into it. I think it was revolutionary. Dot Hack the games, not the GU. I'm talking about the original ones on the PS2. The older ones. I mean, GU is on PS2. You know what I mean. I think the original Dot Hack, I think was revolutionary for its time because I remember reading in PlayStation Magazine. I thought Dot Hack was an actual MMO release. It was going to be an MMO game release game. I didn't know it was an anime based on it's like an anime in this universe. This is you're playing an MMO that's based in the anime. So I thought it was an actual like MMO, and I'm not gonna lie, I like what they did with the original Dot Hacks games because when I bought the game and played it, it does feel like you're playing an MMO. You actually got NPCs, you got actually players running around and stuff like that, but they're not real they're not like human played players. They're actually NPCs in this game because it's an actual JRPG, but it's a JRPG about an MMO, and they give you that feel that you're in an MMO. And what I liked about Dot Hack is that you have to go to message boards, see what other players are talking about when it comes to the game called the MMO called The World, which is Dot Hack's MMO RPG. And what was so neat about it was that your party members, sometimes you can't put certain people in your party because they may not be on for the day. They may be logged off of the game. So you have to. So if they're not logged in the game, then you can't add them to your party. So it felt like it was an actual, like you were really playing an MMO, and it's like you have built a personal relationship with those characters. So I thought it was pretty neat. Yeah, I've been gaming way back then. I've been getting it since the 90s, man. Yeah, years young. Yeah, probably. Yeah, you're 39. I'll be 38. I'll be 38 in like what, 3 weeks? I'll be 38. So I don't blame you, bro. I got 35 games in my backlog, including Doom, The Dark Ages, but Neo is my life right now. Mugen Lord. If your comment causes you to be a millionaire one day, where do you plan on moving? What will you do for entertainment? If thanks for bringing this question up. I think it's an interesting question because I truly believe that I'll be a millionaire someday. What would I do? for one, I'll still be doing YouTube. I can't totally abandon YouTube. I think YouTube uh, is a great way for me, a great outlet for me to talk to you guys. Not only that, it's still is another outlet for me to promote my comic books and stuff like that as well. So YouTube would never go away. Now, how frequent will I be on? I mean, if I'm a millionaire and if I'm going to like business meeting and connected and building business relationships for sponsors and promotions and stuff for my company, I probably won't be on YouTube as much. I'll be on YouTube, but probably can't be on it as much because now my life has gotten even busier. So unless I figure out a way to incorporate it into what I'm doing with Venus and Ryan Comics or whatever like that, then you'll still see me more because I'm not only chilling and chatting with you guys. This is still a platform to be able to promote Venus and Ryan Comics and stuff like that. And that's a good question. And what I do for entertainment? Nothing will change. I'll still be a gamer. I'll probably be doing more story writing than playing games and stuff like that because I'm constantly writing stories for my upcoming comic series and stuff like that. And hopefully, I'll be getting into game development as well. So, that I think that'd be pretty cool, you know. So I like that. I like that question. Well, speaking of trails, I'm in the middle of a Zero Nightmare run and waiting on the fan translation for Kai, which should be done soon. Okay, that's cool. That's one thing about fighting games I can't get with. You have to get into it early and often to keep up with people online. Yes, that's the thing. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting older and I just don't have the time for it. And that's true. The only there's two things when it comes to fighting games. You either have to jump into it when the game first come out, so because everybody's on the same even playing field. You're all trying to learn the game. And my problem is that I have other interests. I don't have time sitting down playing one game all day. I have so many other games, so many other things to do. So that the moment you decide to take a week off or whatever, just a tad bit of time off away from that fighting game, people already leveled up past you already. So it's like you have to keep up with the Joneses when you play in these fighting games. You got to keep up because if you don't if you stop, you're going to get left behind. And then what happens with fighting games too, after a while, after the fighting game has its honeymoon period, people start to dip out. And when people start dipping out, that's when you have your core fan base, your core base of players. And the core base of players are normally the players who's already started from day one and now got better at the game. So now you have a small pool of newer players or average or in-between players. You have a small pool of them. So after a while, those players either level up or they dip out. So now, if you're a new player getting into these games, you're stepping into a bunch of killers online because there's really not enough people at your level so you can actually progress. So now you're playing with killers, one touch of devs, all kinds of other shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. And then you have games where fighting games that has legacy games or with legacy knowledge. Games like Street Fighter. If you played one Street Fighter, you played them all. Even though each Street Fighter has different mechanics that make them different from other Street Fighters, it still has that legacy knowledge. Same thing with the Guilty Gear series until you got to Strive. Strive trying to do something is doing something different. But you look at a lot of these other games, they have legacy knowledge like Tekken and stuff like that. So if you played the Tekken games throughout the years and stuff like that, you're going to come into a new game and it's not really much for you to learn or pick up. You just got to learn the new additional mechanic that they added to that entry, but you have that knowledge. So you still already ahead of the curve. So if you somebody who never played a lot of these legacy games that has legacy knowledge behind them, then you want to step into it and get body even early in because these other players been playing these entries for the past decade or so, you know? That hip, you'll probably be on the hunt for that. Yeah, Monster Hunter Wilds. Okay, you playing Monster Hunter Wilds? Yeah, my brothers are playing it too. Come to think of it, I'm actually getting to play more Final Fantasy. Was it 14? Which is just so good. You said 14. Yeah, that's 14, right? Yeah, I got 14. I haven't played in a while though. I'll love to get back to it. If you guys got 14, I think that'd be awesome. We can all play together. Are you prepared for your daughter's Sweet 16? Oh my God, don't mention it, man. My daughter's getting older and older. the more she comes up in age, it reminds me of how old I'm getting, and I'm getting close to that time where she's about to go away to college and everything. And I just remember when my baby was so small, and I was holding her in my arms, and now she's developing into a young lady and stuff like that, and it just amazes me how far we have gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's almost about to be a full blown adult woman that I'm about to send away to college, and then soon, you know, I can soon. I'm looking forward to being a grandfather. You know how crazy that is. Like, that's how much time that went by. That my daughter's gonna be going to college. She wants to get married and stuff like that. She wants to have kids, and I'm gonna be I going to eventually be a grandfather, and my dad and my mom will be great grandparents. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, you know. Brother, you always dropping the streams when I'm trying to be productive. Can't say it. I'm complaining though. Yeah. What my goal for streaming, guys, like this is what I'm trying to. My goal is to try to at least stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Now, Mondays is a toss-up because I'm also a recurring podcast member on Countercast on Mondays. So it's random. I don't know when I'm going to be called in to make to pop up on Countercast, but I'm a person that's a man of my word. If I agree to do something, I will follow through on my words. So I agreed with my boy Leon that I will be part of the recurring cast. So some Mondays, I don't know. That's why some Mondays, just be on the lookout for my streams. What time will I stream on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday? I would love to start streaming around like maybe 5 or 6 p.m. Eastern time or whatever, you know? So my goal is to try to have at least my streams be 2 hours long, at least. I'm just saying at least. It may go beyond 2 hours, but I want to at least get 2 hours in. So if I start about like 5 or 6, I'll be done around like 7 or 8 o'clock, and I still have the rest of the evening to get other work done, but at least I got some streaming in. So yes, so I'm just putting it out there. Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays is when I'm gonna try to stream. Sometimes I may do a Saturday or Sunday. Sometimes I don't look for it, but sometimes I may shadow drop on a Saturday or Sunday. But my goal is to try to at least be consistent with Monday, Wednesday, and Friday or whatever. And if things get really, really good, then I may add some extra days and stuff like that. So we have to wait and see. And it all depends on how you guys turn out. If you guys turn out, you guys are enjoying it every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, then I may increase and add more days, you know? So who knows? Although AI is a good tool, it's being used for good for now. Still have to protect it because it still may fall in the wrong hands. What makes you think you haven't fallen in the right hand in the wrong hands now? It's AI. I'm surely somebody's doing fucked up shit with it now. I mean, a lot of people probably are right now. Currently, I'm trying out Steam Next Fest demos, design first, but as far as also Starfire, Haste, Geno Kids. Okay. Oh, what's up with Mecha Break? They delayed the Xbox version because I wanted to play it on Xbox. Is the beta done for Mecha Break on the PC? Yeah, build the extra. Yep. When I finish my upcoming video, I'll hopefully actually finish Trails through Daybreak and not keep putting it off. Yo, what's up, Jeremy? Hey, Moon Lord, just finished Bayonetta Origin and BioShock. Now just play Trails of Cold Steel and Altair Ryza. I gotta get the Atelier Ryza. I gotta get that one first before I try the other one. The new one is coming. Most games I've been playing have been Wolfenstein and Doom, as well as Call of Duty, Battlefield, every single Madden games you can think of, and many other others. My dream is to start my own gaming collection. Cool, man. How was BioShock? Game blew my mind too. Yeah. I like BioShock. I got BioShock. My baby mom, my daughter's mom, she loved BioShock. She beat BioShock. That was one of her favorite games. My dad loved it. My brother Strike played it. He loved it. I had it, but never really finished it. But my brother's got all the BioShocks. My dad got all the BioShocks. Oh yeah, I'm surprised. Yeah, exactly. I was surprised this PS4 didn't blow the fuck up. And I played through Xenoblade 1 and X. I spent the final stretch of those games reaching max level, beat those games with little to no difficulty. Yeah, when you abuse Xenoblade, you abuse it. Like, the game gets easy if you over level ground like I did. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 was like, it was a joke because I was going into areas that I was not supposed to go to. Like in Xenoblade Chronicles 3, I was so broken. Like I was like 20 hours in the game. Wait. Yeah, like 15, 20 hours in the game. I was already at level 50. Like 20 hours in. I was already at level 50, 20 hours in. Already at level 50. So I was getting heroes. I was getting heroes early on, like heroes that was like high level that you couldn't get to because of the areas and how powerful the mobs were in those areas. I was getting those heroes real early. I was collecting heroes. I got all the heroes in the base game. I'm not talking about the DLC heroes. I have all the heroes. I collected every last hero. In Xenoblade Chronicles 3. So I was mining the hell out of Cyberpunk. It was bad for the PS4, y'all. Love the game though. Yeah, I bet it was bad. I still need to get Phantom Liberty. Yeah, I gotta get back and playing it. I learned the hard way. Thank God I got the PC version later. So the original Dot Hack games were 4 games. Yeah. GU was 3. Yeah. I only got 3 of the original Dot Hack games. Only got 3 of them. I didn't get a chance to get the 4th one. Games I'm playing is Monster Hunter, Wilds, Lies of P, and Nikkei. Liza P. You got to put up your nose. It's fire. I never played the original Dot Hack. I played Dot Hack. Yeah. The original Dot Hack, I like it more. I like it more than GU. The original Dot Hack was fun. I'm kind of afraid to see you get into the Trail series, Moogalord, because when you find out that nearly all the games are 100 plus hours long, it might get tough to get through all of them. Yeah. That's what's holding me back for a bit. What am I doing here? It says my brother is turning 37 next week, so you two are a year apart. Yeah, my brother Keo will be 37 this year in June. My only issue with the game is V having a voice and distinct personality. It didn't feel like I was the protagonist, but the protagonist looked like me. My immersion and all. Look, man. I try to make myself in there. I can't make myself in that game. I can't. My character like a crackhead. Like so I'm like, you know what? It just didn't turn out well. I gave him long hair and everything. And he just doesn't look right. Lines of P. I am super DLC. Also got to mention that the storytelling .hack, which is basically what happens when you take one part of Ghost in the Shell and Deus Ex Machina and another part of World of Warcraft and fuse them together. Yeah, Boom Lord, you cool as hell, dog. I admire you, man. You're gaming and shipping comic books and everything, and being a full-time dad. That's grinding. Man, respects, man. Love. Been playing NBA Street. Oh man, NBA Street. I played the first NBA Street on GameCube and PS2. That was fun. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, Dot Hack was fun, man. Dot Hack was fun, bro. Been playing a lot of Rivals. I still haven't got around to playing that. I gotta play it with you guys. I got on the Discord. I gotta play with you guys on the Discord. So I feel you. I didn't have as much of a voice option. It can be pretty limited. Yeah. As for me, I'm old school gamer. I've been games since the 90s. I had Sega Genesis back then. I got Sega Genesis. I got Super Nintendo. I got 3DO. I got was it the Atari 2200? I got the Atari Lynx. I got the Turbo Graphics. I got Sega Saturn. I got Sega 32X. I got Virtual Boy. I got, did I say 3DO? I got the 3DO Panasonic. I got what else am I missing? I got Nintendo 64. I got PlayStation. I got PlayStation 2. I got PS3. I got Dreamcast. I got Intellivision. I got Sega Game Gear. I got the Game Boy. I got Game Boy, Game Boy Pocket, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Advance SP. I got DS. I got 3DS. I'm trying to see what else I got. I did say Atari Jaguar already. Yeah, I got PS4, Xbox One, PS5, Xbox Series X, Nintendo Switch. I'm looking forward to Nintendo Switch too. Did you ever play Code Vein, Mugen Lord? Yeah, I got it. I'm not a Souls guy. I got the game and quit. I quit the game. I still gotta finish Strangers of Paradise and play with my brothers. The 2000 was my main era for me. I have a GameCube, and yeah, GameCube. I mentioned GameCube already. They're in storage, but I'm glad emulators exist. I can't get into emulators. Like, I want to play the game on the intended hardware. That's why I could never do emulators. I'd rather just buy the game and in the hardware. I plan to revisit Deus Ex 1. Oh, you saw Deus Ex 1. Yeah, you going back in time with that one. Oh yeah, man. The early 2000s was my teenager years. PS2, Xbox, and I got the original Xbox. Man, let me tell you something, man. What's up, Chris? Like, this is gonna be fun. Coop Jones, what's up? I'm at the buzz to my night program. Okay, been a minute since I've been in here. Yeah, man. Welcome, Coop. He said, I miss those days. That's why I am aiming to make a successor of that era. That's good, man. I unironically want to play Nikkei. I definitely try it out because all you guys keep telling me try it out. Why won't Bandai greenlit dot hat remasters? Like me personally, I don't like GU as much. I don't like GU as much either. That's why I didn't buy it. My brother Keo got GU. And the reason why he got GU because he ended up playing the original Dot Hat games, and he became such a fan of it and the fiend, he got GU. But I didn't bother to get GU. Is there a new Yakuza game out? I think it's like a spin-off game, The Pirate. Yeah. Yo, what's up, Calvin? I'm way behind. What's about this, man? No, I was saying that when I do contests for you to win merchandise and stuff, I'll definitely going to host a Smash Bros. Ultimate tournament. Damn, NBA Street is something that I haven't heard for a long time. Look, I'm not a sports guy, but if you make it into an arcade sports game like NBA Streets, I'll play it. NBA Street, yeah. A little change in final balls killed me. I wish Sega would have given us another Sakura Wars. Still haven't played the Sakura Wars. Have you ever played Jak and Daxter? Nope. My brother Keo, he has a he's a Jak and Daxter fan. He has all of them on PS2 and everything. So yeah, he's a Jak and Daxter fan. That was his twist. So long, my love is so underrated. I don't have much time for fighting games. I think my pops used to play NBA Streets. What's up, Christian? Man, I agree with your take on Street Fighter 6. I hate how the culture war convinced me to miss out on the game, thinking it was woke. Yeah, man, you got like I said, man, you got to think for yourself, man. You still got to think for yourself, man. Like with this culture war stuff, you can't feed into a lot of this stuff. You still gotta think for yourself. I appreciate the curator thing. When it comes to looking to find out what Sweet Baby Inc. and all that type of stuff. But at the same time, man, that is still a flawed system to itself. And you still have to think for yourself. And that's what my channel is about. Yes, I talk about this stuff. I bring up the culture war stuff, but it's more so to bring nuance and still encourage you guys to think for yourself. I'm not here to tell you how to think. So when I'm here to educate you, give you the information, and you make your decision on your own. Because like I said before, I'll be a hypocrite and tell you not to support something just for me to turn around to support to go out and buy the very game that I told you not to go buy. I don't do that, and that's not my thing here. My thing is just to inform you, and you make that decision on your own. But yeah, stop listening to people. You still got to do some research on your own, and you think for yourself instead of listening to these culture war these leaders and stuff like that. You still got to think for yourself, and that's how you miss out on some good shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, people bitch about the localization of Unicorn Overlord. If I would have listened to them because localizations, because certain words, because somebody one of the characters that's Eiyuden Chronicles as well. But if I would listen to it because of certain words that people don't like like that, I would have missed out on a great game. I would have missed out on a great experience because of listening to what other people say or whatever like that about you know, the localization and stuff. I would have missed out on that. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't listen to what other people say or whatever like that. I'll take it under consideration, but at the end of the day, it's still my decision what I want to do. China and Korea cooking with the games. Yes, they definitely are, man. Mugen, what's the next graphic novel you got? You talking about my comic? You talking about Venus Orion comics, or you talking about or you just talking about just graphic novels that I bought, like just to read and stuff, indie books? Let me know what you mean by that, and I'll answer you. Hopefully, Capcom doesn't pull a 180 and goes full woke in some of the other anti-consumer practices like they did with the DLC on disc and stuff like that. Yeah. The thing is, Capcom have been successful for the past 8 years now, and I think what Capcom and Bandai Namco had done, they found a middle ground how they able to appease to get that ESG money while at the same time still able to keep some of that flavor that people like when it comes to their games, like beautiful female characters and some fan service, this, that, and the third. They found a blend. So they're able to appease that to get that money while at the same time give the fans what they want. And they've been knocking it out of the park. And like I said, some people don't like and don't agree with what I'm saying, but it is what it is. Now, them doing the 180, I kind of find it impossible for them to do the 180, but hey, I could be wrong. Because they found what worked. They found what worked. They found a middle ground. They found they can't step their toe too far over because then they're going to lose everybody. But they step it in there just enough. And you got to remember, these companies don't do it because they care about minorities or care about marginalized people. They do it for money. If they think it can bring them money, then they'll do it or whatever like that. So that's the only reason why they're doing it. They don't believe in this stuff. They're a business. Their whole point is to make money. So they only do it they do it because if they think it can bring in or they think they can get more investments and stuff, they will do it or whatever. So Capcom and Bandai Namco found a middle ground where they're able to appease the shareholders to get that ESG or whatever they're getting of like that, while at the same time giving fans what they like, which is fan service, good gameplay, and stuff like that. So they satisfy both sides, you know. For Capcom to do 180 though, that would be the stupidest thing Capcom can possibly do. But hey, it's 2025. Anything can happen. Where's your power armor, maggot? Don't really care too much for China games, to be honest. Don't want to give money to people who hate my guts. So I'm aiming for arcade. I'm not a fan of simulation games. They need to come back. Are you still salty about that Sequoia mobile exclusive? Yeah, I'm still salty about it. Speaking of Sega, I'm still waiting for more news on Street Rage Revolution, the new Jet Set. Yeah, well, you're gonna be waiting for a while because those games, what we saw was early development. We ain't gonna see that shit for a minute. And I said, if you look at the stream, because I still have the archive of that stream, I believe. I said the only game that's close to being released is Shinobi. Shinobi looks the farthest close to release compared to Golden Axe, Streets of Rage, Jet Set, and what was the other one? And Crazy Taxi. The next game I believe is close is Jet Set and Crazy Taxi. I still think Golden Axe and Streets of Rage is still far off. 0.77, that story was kind of like a lot of dark, sad. Yeah, man. Not to tell you what to do. Y'all let me jam, like preach Mugen Lord. Thanks, man. You said, well, now that you mentioned culture war shit and how it's fucking up the game and thinking for yourself, I really enjoy playing. Yeah, like look, this is what I said, and this is what people don't understand about me. I like even with Baldur's Gate 3, I know for a fact that's a good game. My argument was about like, yo, why if they allowed you to have sex with a bear in the game, then why are we canceling and why are we censoring beautiful women and all this other type of stuff? But me criticizing the bear sex thing was not calling the game lame or trash. I'm going to eventually get Baldur's Gate 3 when I have the time to actually play it. I want to try it out myself as well. I'm going to grab it on the PC and I want to try it out myself. You know what I'm saying? It's just so many games to try to catch up on and play. I just don't have the time to try to play everything. But yes, that's why I don't want people to, that's why I don't want people to get confused when it comes to my messaging. I know for a fact Baldur's Gate 3 is a good game. Yeah, I just saw a video of Geeks and Gamers complaining about the new Daredevil, but seeing it for myself, it's not bad as they made it seem. Yeah, my brother's in there watching it right now with my dad. I didn't know he was going to watch it today because they didn't know I was streaming because they wanted me to watch it with them. And I was like, I'm already in the middle of streaming this stuff, so I'm about to catch up with that to see what that is, what it's all about. Like I said, man, like Geeks and Gamers and a lot of these like these culture war YouTube channels and stuff, man, it's like it became a formula now. Like you gotta be outraged about something, you know what I'm saying? And now, like once you have a big base of your own within the culture war space, people latch on to whatever you say and they don't research anymore because they value your opinion and they value what you say. And that's why you got to be careful. Sometimes as a content creator, it's a big responsibility. Like you shouldn't get blamed for how people respond and react to things because they're their own individuals. But you're also like a shepherd, and your viewers are like your flock. You're the shepherd, and they're your flock. You're like the leader of a wolf pack, and they're your wolves and stuff that's part of a pack. You know what I'm saying? And whatever you say, they latch onto whatever you say. Whatever your views are, or like that, they respect it. You know what I'm saying? So now at this point, we gotten to the point of the culture war to where people are able to, these culture war leaders or whatever, they're able to just say whatever, and people don't question it. People don't check for themselves. People start relying on these people to think for them and make decisions for them and stuff like that. And we're falling into the same trap of like we talked about mainstream media, right? We hate we hate the mainstream media. All the mainstream media does is spread propaganda, spread misinformation, and lie to the people. And the thing is, the people got so reliant on the mainstream media to get all their news and information or whatever like that, they just listen. They don't research. They can throw up titles, headlines, and people only read the titles and the headlines and then take it for fact without going into the article itself, investigate the article and see what it really says. And then you will find out that the headline was just rage bait. You know what I'm saying? And we got into this place when it comes to the culture war. It's the same thing. We have these culture war leaders, you know what I'm saying, to the point where they're able to say whatever, and people just take it for face value. They don't question them. And I always say on my channel, even question me. I always encourage you guys to even question me and look into it yourself. I always preach to you guys, look into it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Read into it, look into it. There's a lot of nuance to this stuff. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna always get it right. You know what I'm saying? I will have L's, you know, every L takes and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm man enough and bold enough to come out and say, yo, you know what? That was an L take. I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to agree with me. This is what I believe in, but you don't have to agree with me. And we can just move on from there. And that's what I like about you guys and stuff like that. But that's the problem, man. So a lot of these people are no longer thinking for themselves. They just left one hive mind and just moved to another. Yo, what's up, Solo Board? Yeah, I'm talking about your own comics. Love to shed more success. Yeah. Well, the next book is chapter 2 of VK. VK chapter 2. Me and my artist we're going to begin development of chapter 2 in June. So right now, what we're working on now, she's drawing up the characters that's going to make their appearance. There's so many characters that you're going to meet in chapter 2. Like I said, besides Young Rav, you're going to in Techlock, you're going to meet Strike, you're going to meet Keo, you're going to meet Varian, and some cool other characters as part of the Retributes, which is the group that Young Rav and the Draven brothers are a part of that is led by Varian Keller himself. So you want to meet the other cast members, and also Techlock is part of the Retributes as well. So you already met some of the members of the Retributes, but you didn't meet the other members, which is going to be pretty cool. So you want to get a chance to know them. You're gonna you also get a surface level of the wave force mechanics and how my universe works when it comes to gifted individual or high conscious individuals and stuff, and how they can better tap into their wave essence and how it works. And stuff like that. So you're going to get a surface level, and each chapter is going to be breaking down each and everything each chapter. So you're not gonna be drunk and get hit with all these terminologies in one chapter. No, each chapter we're gonna be breaking down mechanics. We're gonna be breaking down mechanics and stuff, and then you also gonna get a deeper dive into young Rav's a mentality and how he thinks and stuff like that, and this crusade that he's on for vengeance. You know, he wants to get Alan Fleck. He wants to take him down for what he did to Lionel and Rosalie. So you're gonna see where his mind frame is at, and you're gonna see the relationship that Strike and Keo has as brothers and stuff like that. And I can't wait to see how the brothers interact with each other. And then also you're gonna get what Varion's motivation is. So you want to get that in chapter 2. What's the motivation? Why he's doing what he's doing? You know what I'm saying? So you want to get an introduction to that. You're going to get an introduction to the Retribution themselves. So you want to get a chance. You want to get the setup of everybody's journeys, everybody's arcs is going to get set up in chapter 2. So you can see where everybody's going on their own path and stuff like that, and what motivates them. So you're going to get that in chapter 2, and there's going to be a lot of action in chapter 2, since you're gonna see the Draven brothers, you're gonna see Strike and Keo in action, and another member from the Retributes in action, and then of course you're gonna see young Raph in action some more as well. So yes, chapter 2 is gonna be about 62 pages. The script is like 62 pages, so it's gonna be a much thicker book. So the prices are going to go up by $5 because you're getting more story. So instead of the base cover of A being 15, it's going to go to 20 because you're getting a thicker book or whatever like that with more pages, and it's expensive. Man, I didn't know it cost that much. Just to print off the pages that's in the first chapter. On top of that, it's being color, and then you're getting premium paper. Another thing too, what you're getting with VK, you're also, like I said, you're getting gloss. This is a gloss cover, front and back, right? And also you're getting premium quality paper. It's gloss, which means the colors pop out. You see how vibrant these colors are? Because I went with a premium grade option or whatever. It's expensive, but we'll see what your reactions are and what you think. But yes, the words pop out, the colors pop out because it's premium. It's a premium gloss, and it's expensive. So imagine 62 pages, you getting this premium quality with paper and stuff like that. So it's going to be so that's why the price is also going to go up, because the page count and what quality of paper and stuff that I'm choosing and stuff like that, for you to get that quality experience when you read VK. And stuff like that. So, like I said, it's up to you guys. You know, what I'm doing with Venus and Ryan Comics is, and how I approach what series to release. It's also how you guys respond to it. Like right now, my plan is just to release and stay with VK for a couple chapters before going into Ultra Squad X and Siona and stuff. But if you guys, the readers and the audience, if you guys are saying, no, fuck it, Mugen Lord, like we want to see Siona, the Die Star champion. We want to see Ultra Squad X. We want to see this stuff right now. So if you guys, depending on how you guys respond, if you guys say that, yo, no, we don't want to wait, we want to see this other stuff too while you do VK, then all right, I'll start putting something together and start working on Ultra Squad X and the Die Stars champion Siona and stuff like that. I'll start working on that and getting that into development, in development and stuff like that. But it all depends on how you guys respond to it. If you guys feel that I should stay with VK for a little bit so I can, move the universe forward, because VK is one of my main books and stuff like that. If you feel that we need to get introduced to a lot of these elements first before getting into the other elements from other books and mechanics, then that's what I'll do. The case story looks deceptively seriously. Those cosplay sluts have some baggage. Yeah, I heard. That's why I gotta try it. Greedy Cat Comics is clearly going for your wallet. It's not gonna lie. Plus, the leftists are getting violent now because of the inauguration of Trump. Yup. I'm thankful there are Tales fans that will do the TL themselves, so I don't have to translation to worry about the localization at all. and support. Oh, we'll never forget when they did the On This DLC. Yeah. Well, yeah, they dropped their business score went down from a triple A to a triple B because of the On This situation with Street Fighter Cross Tekken. And what's so sad about it is, like, Street Fighter Cross Tekken is still my favorite crossover game. Still one of my favorite fighting games. I love me some Street Fighter Cross Tekken, man. And that really hurt Capcom. You couldn't trust them ever again. Moving have you ever played any of the Castlevania games? I own the original NES Castlevania game. I have Super Castlevania on Super Nintendo. I really can't get into them. Can't get into the Castlevania games. I respect the series. Love this. I love its characters. I love its lore. But as far as playing the games, can't really get into them. Capcom is also doing a bunch of anti-consumer practices with mods for PC gamers, but PC gamers ain't putting up with that. Yeah. I'll tell you something. I've always wanted to play Mecha Break because this Jimmy look like a love letter to Mecha. Yeah, dude. Mecha Break looks hype. I wanted to play it on Xbox, but they postponed and delayed the Xbox beta. I should have just got on the PC. But man, that game looks beautiful, man. That looks intense. That's something me and my brothers definitely want to get into. That being said, it's still being funded by the Chinese government. I didn't know that. I've been playing Monster Hunter, and Split Fiction has been fun playing them with my kids, now adults. Also, is enough for me. Exactly, does it make money, or can it, or can it cut corners? If so, then they do it. Yeah, Mugen, your comments that you created love to continue to support your work. Thanks, I appreciate it, man. What's up, Mario? What's going on? Have you ever tried Omega Strikers? My friend Boris tried to get me to try it. I like to try Omega Strikers. You can still play it, right? Like if we can, I would love to do like a Discord with you guys and play some Omega Strikers with you guys at some point. There's a lot of shit I gotta do with my Discord. There's so many Discord activities I want to do, and just stream activities with my viewers when it comes to gaming and stuff at some point. I just gotta get around to doing it. Also, too, here's a Discord invite for those who may be interested. Also, don't forget to hit the like button on the stream because that helps me out. The more and more you guys hit the like button, it sends me out there and for more people to find the live stream and stuff like that, to get more people to watch the stream. So make sure you hit that like button when you get a chance, guys. We got 244 viewers. Yeah, so definitely hit that. Definitely hit that like button. Main thing about Capcom is Denuvo. Yeah, I heard about the Denuvo thing. People complain about the Trails games localization, but the series is still fun, except if you're fighting the Steel Maiden in Trails to Azure. It's an absolute nightmare fighting her. Yo, peeps in the chat, who remembers Def Jam games? Def Jam Vendetta Fight for New York, bro. That was my damn game. And that was during the time I was a rapper. I was in a rap group, so I made myself B-Son. It's pretty much my first and last name, Brian Blackson. But yeah, I made myself on that game. And I forgot who was my girlfriend. My first girlfriend was Carmen Electra, and then I cheated on her with Kimura Lee, I think it was, and traded her in for Kimura Lee, the Asian chick, or whatever like that. That game was fun, man. We used to play it a whole lot, 4 players and everything. And we never really picked much of the rappers. You only picked our created characters, but after a while, like the created characters got busted and broken, so we just went back to just playing as the rappers and stuff like that. But it was fun. I gotta say, is my girl Blaze better still look fine in Streets of Rage 4 set the standard? Yeah, because she was thick as fuck in that. Def Jam was insane. Tekken Nigga Edition. That was the fucking game. I didn't think they was able to pull it off. A fighting game with rappers. I was like, man, like who? I want to play it as a bunch of niggas, like from rap, and how would this work? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's shit gonna be ass. But no, man, they did their thing. That game was fun, especially once I seen that Aki, aka Aki. When I seen Aki, that Japanese developer, they were the ones that were responsible for WCW versus NWO, Ultimate Muscle, WWE, WrestleMania, No Mercy. When I found out they made the best wrestling games, when I found that Aki was behind it, I was like, all right, I'm sold now. I'm sold. We will reach an era where Western game studios will be close to extinct. Most of the gaming world will be flooded with Chinese, Korean, and Japanese studios. Yeah, I'm gonna do a video talking about a lot of that stuff. I like KCD too. It has some minor die shit. Also BG3. At the end of the day, it's what you do. Is what do you want? Is it fun for you? Can you overlook woke stuff and have fun? Yeah, that's why I keep telling you guys. Like, what game was it? I was just finished bringing it up. Yeah, Monster Hunter. You know, we talked about it on episode 5 of the podcast. You know, gamers are gamers at the end of the day. Gamers want a gaming experience, something that respect their time, something that they want to enjoy and able to play for hours and hours on end. Gamers, when the game does that, it shows that the studio put that in the front, and that DI or woke shit is more so in the back because the overall the game is a fun experience. So yes, the gameplay experience and the gaming experience itself what took priority, even though they sprinkled in some of the woke stuff in it. So at the end of the day, people are more willing to overlook or roll their eyes at the woke stuff that's in it because at the end of the day, it's about the gaming experience and then wanting to play the game. And if the game is actually fucking good, why would you turn up their opportunity to play it? You know what I'm saying? So I know the argument is, well, if you give them an inch, they'll take a mile, they'll do this, that, and the other. Then guess what? If they do that, then you speak with your wallet. It's just that simple. You punish them by speaking with your wallet if that's something that you want to do, and if that's something that you care about the most. You reward them for doing a good job. You reward game studios for doing a good job. That's what you reward them by going out supporting the game. And when they do things that disrespect you, give you a bad experience, raping your wallets with DLC microtransactions, and then as I said before, the wokeness just add more insult to injury. So then you punish them. If you reward them for doing a good job, then you punish them when they don't do a good job. It's not a complex system. It's not. I haven't played Vendetta. Bro, Icon, that shit was ass. That shit was ass. You missed out on the best ones, and then you get into the one that's ass. That was the one that killed the franchise. Oh yeah, I used to hang out back in high school. Yeah, man. I'm playing Dragon Age, the Velguard, and it's not bad so far. Well, you got that, Calvin. You got that, bro. That game put wokeness ahead of the game itself. I tried Culture War shit. This game bad. Okay, tell me a good game. No. Oh, got it. If you want to get views, not you, Magalore. I got so tired of it. I went and looked for games to stream despite bad audio. Magalore, you know what I can't stand? I can't stand the politicization of video games these days, man. Gamergate and all that shit. Why can't people just let the game? Yeah. Like we're getting to a point where in the culture war, you want to drown both sides out. Because the real gamers are going to start coming in. The real gamers, you got to drown both sides out. You got to ignore both sides at this point, and then play and reward developers that's willing to respect your time and give you the experience that you want. At this point, you both sides, you got at this point, both sides are one in the same coin, like just the opposite end of the coin, and you have to go and you have to think for yourself. But this is good. This is like a reset. We coming back to the middle again when it comes to this. Where now we starting to have people starting to block out both sides and say, "Fuck it, we just want a game. Where's the good games at? I just want to play some good games." You know what I'm saying? Fuck all this politics. Fuck all the politics. And that's how people are feeling right now. Hey Mugen, Bandai did bring Freedom Wars to PS5 and shocking to the Nintendo Switch. Yeah, I never played the Freedom Wars. He said, "I'm praying for you, dog." I heard people talking about Split Fiction as if it was woke a few months ago. People forget the game that made Hollywood guy. He's good in my books, and I enjoy his games. Yeah, even the Split Fiction. it looked like people see it as a girl boss game, but I just see it as two best friends getting together. They get sucked into this, or two girls that meet each other, get sucked into this world, and they learn how to get along with each other and stuff like that. I didn't pick up any girl bossness. It's just two women that's in like a sci-fi or fictional type of world, and you got to play together. I didn't see anything woke about it. You know what I'm saying? And the game and those developers are known for creating some great experiences. So I would give it a chance. I meant to say I haven't played the first two until recently, around a couple years back. I can understand why people like them. To be honest, I don't like games. I don't like the press circle to run. I had on Xbox the Def Jam games. My pilot episode was enshrouded. No one covered the PTSD video game therapy program for vets. I did. I was one of the first test subjects for it. Games are literally my therapy. That's good to hear, man. That's probably due to being used to later SmackDown wrong games. There's an inspiration to me. Joe Mashashi, what's up, big player? Crazy Taxi was fucking awesome. That was the Dreamcast. Yeah, man, we're gonna talk about that in a second. Dragon Dogma 2. I still got that in the plastic on the Xbox, Dragon Dogma 2. And I'm starting to see more people talk about Dragon Dogma 2 because more people it's just now discovering it or just now playing it for the first time. And people say, man, this is an awesome game. So I even gotta get a chance to get around that. Right now, I still gotta finish Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, and I still gotta finish Stellar Blade. And I still gotta do my review for Final Fantasy 16. I gotta get that stuff out of the way first. BK hype is that I need it button for my bag. Don't worry, I'll be working on some buttons and stuff. Venus Orion Comics buttons and stuff. We'll be working on that. Like I said, when the website launch, I'll do like a launch stream, and I would love for you guys to go out and just buy some merch and stuff like that when I do launch the website. I think that would be pretty cool and everything. And we'll probably do some launch sales. Come out the door with some sales on certain items and stuff for you guys to go out there and buy it up and stuff. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. My artist, Shabibit, Jessica, she did a good job. Said, I bet it's such surreal holding a creation of yours in your hands. Yeah, man. It most definitely is, man. Most definitely is. Hey, Mugen Lord in chat. Oh, what's up, Ryu? I know I'm way behind, guys. So, have you ever thought of going the manga route and save some black and white books in the future? All right. This is a good question. I talked about this before. What I'm going to do with VK. What I'm going to do with VK. I know I'm behind in the comments. I'm trying to catch up because you guys are constantly chatting and stuff, and I'm finally getting to this stuff. I talked about this on, I think, last stream on episode 5 of the podcast. My goal with my comics, I know a lot of you guys love manga. And I hear you guys. My goal is it's going to be a project because this is not something that you can just flip a switch and it just works out that way. This stuff still costs a lot of fucking money, but it will cut down the cost or whatever like that when doing the manga route and stuff. So what I'm going to do is the first arc, because this is one of many arcs in VK. This is the first arc, Shadows of Ascension. The goal is there's 10 chapters in an arc. So once we reach chapter 10 of VK, I'm going to release a volume 1 hardback book in a like this. VK volume 1 is going to have a hardback book like Alita Battle Angel, like a hardback volume 1. It's going to get a hardback once all 10 chapters are done. Once all 10 chapters are books are out, when I do each individual campaign of each chapter, once we get to chapter 10 and it's done and complete, after all 10 chapters are done and complete with their own individual campaigns, when we're all done, when arc 1 is done, Shadows of Ascension, I will do a new campaign for a volume and release all the chapters to be in one book, one volume. You can either get in hardback or you can either get in softback. And of course, hardback is going to be more expensive because it's more expensive to make hardback or whatever. But I would do a hardback book of that, right? So then what I would do with VK chapter 1, no, with VK arc 1, I would love to do a manga version of volume 1. I would do a volume 1 of VK Arc 1. So that means we would have to do it in the black and white. We'll have it from, right, read it from right to left. We'll do the whole thing. And remember, mangas are smaller. So yes, it will be cheaper for me to print for when it comes to pages because it's not in color and stuff like that. But as far as me getting it developed into manga form, I have to pay my artists to do those things and stuff. So that's what makes it expensive. So yes, that will be a project to turn volume 1 into a full book, a manga volume 1 of VK once all 10 chapters are done. So that will be a campaign to itself. After we do once we do the hardback of volume 1 and the softback of the colored version, then there will be a new project, and that will be a campaign to itself. So you'll be able to get the manga version. At some point, I will probably like if I could ever tap into the Japanese, the Japanese audience and stuff, at some point I would also have like a Japanese version of my books at some point if you ever tap into that market. Now it's good. One thing I do like is that I did get some Japanese backers. I think I got some people I got some Japanese backers. I got people from New Zealand. I got people from the Netherlands, and a couple other countries. Yeah, man. You said, would you FMK invisible? What's FMK means? Who would you? Okay, it's like a squirrel girl. That's a good choice. I don't know. It's gonna probably be either between Invisible Woman or Psylocke. Dragon Doma Online only released only in Japan. Yup. Yo, can I get an honorary pair of Jasmine Mitchell's panties? Speaking of Tekken McGlure, did you watch the Anna trailer? Her design is a goth Miss Santa Claus. It seems like they was trying to go for like a Jory look, but I guess Omega Strikers mentioned Let's Go. Yeah. I like to try Omega Strikers. I would love to try it. I wanted to try Make It Break. However, I can't play it because my PC run on Linux. I need to install Windows and do a boot to play. Every time I hear Linux, I always think about guys that they just want to be different and cool or unique when I hear Linux. Because I have back when I was in college, I had computer friends, computer wizards back in college. I never knew what Linux was until I went to college, and one of and my college friends, it was Steve and Scott. Steve was like Scott was like Otacon from Metal Gear. He looks just like Otacon, glasses and everything. And he always ran Linux and shit. I never knew what the fuck that was until I got to college. And I'm talking about college back in 2005. Love Make a Break. I played the demo on PC. It's the closest you're gonna get to Macross kind of game. I heard about the Capcom mod situation, but I don't think it will be enforced. It's not gonna be enforced. I think it's just PR talk. When they're asked a question about mods, they can't legally, like Square Enix do the same thing. Because Square Enix come out and say, "Hey guys, don't do anything distasteful and stuff like that." But if a company's asked question about mods, they're not really legally allowed to come out and say that they're for it and stuff like that. So they're gonna give you PR talk and say that they're against it and all this other type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Heard about Capcom has questionable business practices and has bullshit in their games, but overall they're making games people want to play. Yeah. Made John Cena on Def Jam. I had Little Kim. He said, if you like mech games, yeah, I had Mech Warriors, the Microsoft game Mech Warriors. I had that on my old PC. My dad loved that game. Did you hear about the Lady Death game? Nope, I never heard about it. People clamoring for new Def Jams. Yeah, Aki made the best games. Street of Rage remake online, plus the Def Jam Twitter bonding for likes. Every time they mention that franchise. Yeah. I never played Fight for New York. My cousins had it. I jumped in at Vendetta. No. I didn't play the first Vendetta. I played the Fight for New York. Def Jam Fight for New York. Yeah. Why do I keep calling it Def Jam Vendetta Fight for New York? It's called Def Jam Fight for New York, and then Vendetta was his own game. Yeah, I don't know why I keep putting Vendetta and New York in the same title. Yeah, Fight for New York was the one that I played. Vile only bangs pretending to be Jory, and the girl Iris like her sister. Nothing like Jory. My favorite character and David Banner. I love hearing his win quote. Fun fact: Def Jam Icon was made by the Fight Night devs. It did not look interesting. I remember when it was at E3 when they announced Def Jam. When they said, "Yo, we're doing a new Def Jam game," and I remember it was at E3 and they showed it, and the whole stage, the whole audience was quiet. And I was quiet when they showed it, like the music and the backgrounds moving. So I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, sound like me when I played Metroid Other M as my first Metroid game. Metroid. I love Metroid Other M, man. The thing I never did a second playthrough of that because that fucking Wii remote as the default gameplay, as the default control style. I don't know what the fuck Nintendo was thinking about doing that shit. Playing it as a Wii remote sideways, that's the most awkward thing to do. Like, can you imagine? Like, dude, and just got my Samus figure right here, and I still got I had put one of mine on the shelf, the black one, bro. You had to play Metroid Other M with this bullshit. And the thing was, the default play, the way to play it, you have to play like this, no analog stick. No anything, right? And then they try to mix Metroid Prime elements, like the first-person view. So anytime you want to go into first-person perspective, you had to hold the Wii remote and point at the screen. Dude, who thought of that play style? Like, seriously, who thought of that? Because when you fight near the mother Metroid, when you fight her, right, you have to go from third person to first person. So while you playing like this, and you had to shoot the bombs or the missiles in it, you had to hurry up and switch to this. And you can't move when you in first person, when you in this mode. So you had to hurry up. You had to keep switching back. Dude, it was a stupid play style. Like I like the fact that we had, like, it was like more like a movie cinematic. People didn't like Samus in this one, but what I liked about Other M is that we got a chance to see a different side of Samus. And this is what, and a lot of people said, they made Samus feel like she was like really, really weak. She was scared when she seen Ridley and all this other type of stuff. And I say that to say this. This is what I believe. See, when you play as Samus, because people see Samus as a badass, right? We see Samus as a badass. But most Metroid games, Samus doesn't really say much. And in most Metroid games, Samus is always on a planet, she's by herself, isolated on an isolated planet. And most of the time, Samus is always talking to herself. So the thing is, when it comes to Metroid, like, we don't know what Samus is actually thinking all the time in her head. We don't know what she's thinking in her head. So with Metroid Other M, I seen it as we got a chance to get into the psyche of Samus herself, because most of the time she's a silent protagonist. She doesn't talk much, so we don't know what's going on through her head while she's exploring these isolated planets and these barren planets with, like, there's no other humans on it and stuff like that. And you're on a mission and stuff. You don't really know what she's thinking most of the time. You may I know on Metroid Fusion, that was the most dialogue I ever seen Samus mention, like Malkovich. That was the first time I actually seen her actually talk and had some long dialogue. You get a chance to know more about her. Super Metroid, she had like a nice intro, but throughout the rest of the game, she didn't talk anymore. So Metroid Other M, you was dealing with a younger Sam, like at the beginning, you was dealing with a younger Samus. They kept saying she's trying to make her into a girl boss. No. For instance, Samus had daddy issues, like in Metroid Other M. Remember, she was I think in the manga, she was close to her dad. I think she had a close relationship with her dad, but Ridley had killed her parents and stuff like that. So now her parents are dead and stuff. She gets recruited to the Federation and everything, and she's like the only female on the team, and all the guys on the team treats her like a little sister. That's why they call her Princess. And the fact is that she didn't like it because she was she didn't like it for the fact is that, they treat me this way because I'm a woman. She's the little sister of the crew. So they treat her like the little sister. So she's acting like a bratty little sister and stuff, this much younger Samus. And then Malkovich, Adam, I think his name Adam Malkovich. Adam Malkovich, he was that father figure. She had daddy issues. She was that father figure or whatever like that. He was always, he always called her a lady, and he was always hard on her and stuff like that. And she always wanted to do anything to be disobedient. She's doing what a young lady or a young teenage girl would do when they got daddy issues and stuff like that. When when everybody else put their thumbs up, she put her thumb sideways, or was it down? She'll put it down and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Just to be disobedient. But I didn't see it as some girl balls or some feminist propaganda or anything like that. To me, I thought it really dived into who she was, you know, as a character, because we never got that from Samus. And then when she gets into and see Adam and the rest of the crew who she haven't seen in years, and now she has her suit on, and now she's her own solo bounty hunter. It goes to show how much respect that she had for Adam, because Adam said, "Yo, Samus, you know, don't use all your equipment, you know, until I give authorization to otherwise." Now, Samus would never listen to anybody else, but she listened to Adam because the relationship that she had with the crew and the team, and then on two, she seen him as a father. That's the only man that she respected other than her own father. So to me, I liked the other M. I know people hated the voice acting. People hated the fact that they made her seem weak, but we never got to know what Samus is thinking. And they gave us that when it came to mentoring other M. I liked it. It had some plot holes as fucking that. John De La Rose got exposed on Twitter as a closeted gay furry that goons on images of Pokemon and My Little Pony. Yeah, of course. It's always the motherfuckers, you know? Sounds like me when I play mentoring of the M's. The culture war has become redundant. I agree. I've been revisiting Skyrim the mods. Honestly, Other M wasn't bad as a video game. The narrative was easily the thing that made the game shit. It's like Spawn punishing God and the devil with the culture. Oh, thanks for the $2, James. Hypno tried to raid you, but I think it failed. You said Hypno tried to raid me? What do you mean you think it failed? Well, not entirely failed. I guess they left all of James OP. Pro tip: ignore JDA's fandom. Pause. I gotta catch up with all this. What about custom arcade sticks like for your company? Manga got his gift to mankind. Oh yeah, so yeah, arcade sticks. 1 second, guys. I got, man, like I'm trying to keep up with you guys, man. You guys just I love talking with you guys. I'm trying to keep up with everything. Now, as far as arcade sticks are concerned, so far I do have one. Yeah, I do have one. If you haven't seen it, Venus Orion Comics. This is the crew right here. Now, this is pretty much like a spoiler in a sense. This is the group, kind of like these are like my Justice League or Avengers. This is called the Valiant Ascenders. This is a group that eventually will come together much, much later. They won't be coming together anytime soon. You have Young Wrath or Hezekiah. Then you have the other character, Burnout, who's in the background. Then you have the Great Samaritan. Then you have Rupture. Then you have Siona. You have Adrenaline, and you have Princess Adex. And they are the first members of the Valiant Ascenders. This team would not come together anytime soon. So do not expect these guys to be in the same in the same team anytime soon. But yeah, I would definitely be doing more. Like, I would love to sell probably like arcade stick like templates or whatever like that. I think that would be a good idea to sell arcade stick templates. I'll probably talk to a company about that and get that manufactured and stuff. So I would love to add that into my catalog or into my merchandise thing. And then I explain which arcade sticks or these templates are for. So you guys will be able to put them on your arcade stick and everything like that. So yeah, that's with that. All right, so manga is God's gift to mankind. The Bleach Fighter games were on PSP released. I wasn't into those. Dude, a hardback variant D would be so sick. VK, hardback, Omnibus would come later. Omnibuses went, that those things are like thick with all this stuff. Yeah. Gotta get you a Japanese illustrator for the manga. Yeah, I almost like you would hire a Japanese illustrator for that. Like, also when I start doing animated trailers, at some point I would have English voice actors, and at some point I would hire Japanese voice actors for my trailers at some point in time, and probably some Korean at some point too. I would love to release a Korean version of my stuff at some point. When you took out the Alita manga, it reminded me how much it sucked that Disney acquired, because Disney acquired Alita, but they don't have real control over Alita. Like, James Cameron has full rights. It's his. So Disney can't do shit to Alita without James Cameron. He actually has the rights. Even Skyver and Comic Geek still hating on Eric July for no reason. Remember playing the demo of the 5th game. I think they were called Heat and Soul or something. Monster in the Wilds. Yo, what's up, Derpy? Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Fuck, marry, or kill. Oh! I'm fucking and Mary and Squirrel Girl. The other two can go. Linux is good for freedom and customization. Yeah, it's pretty good what they do. Do you remember Marvel Ultimate Alliance? Yeah, I have Marvel Ultimate Alliance. 1, 2, and I have 3. Let me find it real quick, because here we go. Yeah, this is a good game. I just wish it was on more powerful hardware. If it was on more powerful hardware, the performance would be a lot better. But this is what happens when you have a Japanese developer. I think was it Team Ninja? I think Team Ninja worked on this. It was Nintendo and Team Ninja that worked on this, I think. Let me see. Yeah, Team Ninja worked. Nintendo and Team Ninja worked on this. And I'm gonna tell you one thing. Even Miss Marvel, the one with the stretchy arms, the annoying one, she's actually not insufferable at all. She's actually a fun character, like their personality. Even Captain Marvel, she's thick as shit on here. And they made her look feminine. She don't look like a lesbian. All the game is actually fun. Now, the only gripe that I have is the game is too easy. That's the only gripe that I do have with this. I wish they would add more to this to make it, but they said that this game, they made it easier on purpose, because this is like a reintroduction to the series of the Ultimate Alliance. And that was a way to bring new players in. So I'm hoping, because this game sold pretty well, I'm hoping that they release a new one, a sequel, a part 4. Because like me and my brothers and my dad, we enjoyed the fuck out of this. Did you know? Fun fact. Did you know in Marvel Ultimate Alliance, we were supposed to get Link and Samus in the Nintendo version of the games? And the reason why we didn't get it, because the developers had pissed Nintendo off when they went to go pitch the game to them, and they bought the PS2 version to Nintendo to show the Marvel Ultimate Alliance, and they showed a working playable Samus and a working playable Link running on the PS2 version. And because Link and Samus was shown running on the PS2 version, they turned it down. But I wish they would have bought them here on the Switch version. That would have been dope. And I'm gonna tell you something, guys. I want Nintendo to make a Marvel Ultimate Alliance type of Nintendo game with all the Nintendo characters, but it plays like Marvel Alliance. I think that would be like the next step past Smash Brothers, an action RPG with Nintendo characters with the gameplay style of Marvel Ultimate Alliance. I would love the shit out of that. It's the greatest super game ever made. Agony Sucky is still. I remember Marvel Alliance, but we are long overdue for X-Men Legends 3. I don't think they will do X-Men Legends 3 no more. They won't do it when you got Marvel Ultimate Alliance. I said this before. It's like Capcom doing Marvel versus Capcom, and then they announced that their next versus game is X-Men versus Street Fighter 2. That just doesn't make sense. After you just came out with Marvel versus Capcom, that's every Marvel character, every Capcom character, and then you decide to go back to X-Men versus Street Fighter. It just doesn't make sense. So that's why I don't ever see that they would ever do an X-Men Legends 3, especially if you have Marvel Ultimate Alliance where you can play as every last Marvel character. It just doesn't make sense just to regulate back to X-Men characters. The same thing the way I feel with the Mario Sonic, not the Mario Sonic, the Sonic racing games. Like we went from Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, where we could play as every last Sega character IP, and then they just took that away, and then now we got Sonic Racing again. Now we just stuck with Sonic characters. To me, that's a downgrade. Now the game is fun. Like I got into the closed beta of the Sonic Cross Worlds racing game. Fucking if you didn't check out that impression video, check it out. It's most like one of my recent videos. But it's still like a downgrade in terms of roster, where now we just boiled down to Sonic characters. Now, I did find out from what was said that it won't just be Sonic characters. They did say that we may be getting other Sega IP as playable characters at some point. Who will Adam Smasher from Cyberpunk or Makoto Shell? That's a good. That I ain't gonna lie, that would be a good fight. That would be a good fight. I don't know, man. It'll probably be pretty close. It will probably be pretty close. Who thought of that play style? You say probably some schmuck and thought motion controls are my main issue. Damn, it said Metroid, Human Understanding is the same way Human as Magic G. Both started off as silent protagonists. Yeah, I liked it. Pretty obvious that Samus was terrified of Ridley. The fact that people even complain about it is kind of insane. Yeah. We just never seen it. Like we don't know what goes on in Samus's head. My main issue with her is the fact is that now she's a solo hunter. She still follow Adam and disable the weapon. Yeah, I'm just getting here. So yeah, but that's what I'm saying before. She respected him. That's the only reason why she did it. And sometimes the cutscenes drag on way too long. Anthony Higgs, remember me? Yeah, that's my nigga. Anthony Higgs. Say, hey, remember me? I remember when he first showed the trailer, right? And he showed Anthony Higgs. Somebody when he said, "Remember me?" I was like, "Nigga, I don't know you. Like, who you?" But yeah, no, that was my homie in that game. So, was Spawn inspiration for one of your characters? No, I'm not really a Spawn. I mean, like Spawn's a cool character, but I'm not really into Spawn like that. So no, there was no Spawn inspirations for anything of my characters. Cheat View, okay. That's a very sexy arcade stick. Kind of think of it moving. You look more like of a Professor Snape than the one they casted. I have no idea what you're talking about because I have my arcade stick. Cool. She also mentioned Battle Angels is one of my biggest. I got volume 2 of Leader Battle Angels. Would you make any trials for VK using your 3D hentai animations? Nah, because like I said, it's a 3D hentai software called TK17, so it's very limited. It's a very limited software. I'm using old software that doesn't exist no more to make my hentai. I would actually have to sit there and use Blender and get resources and build from scratch and stuff. So no, I would have to like really go full on Blender with all that type of stuff. The E show should just have rights to Marvel at this point. No, I don't want them to have rights to Marvel. I don't want none of the East to touch. I want the West to be the West. It's just the West got to be cleaned up, and that's what we're gonna talk about for a second. We're amazing. Nintendo is fucked for that. It was like would have been dope. Nintendo sipping the haterade like a motherfucker. I'll play 1 and 2. I haven't played 3 because I know if it switch. Seriously, dang, a huge opportunity missed. Yeah. Yup. These are listening. Everybody needs to learn. If you gaming company developers shit, never run a game on the consoles. Yeah, never do that. Never do that. That sounds pretty good. Plus, Marlins look cool, but can't find a copy. Oh, you can't find a copy of this? Oh wow, I didn't know. Like it's hard to find. I still gotta get the PC, not the PC. I still gotta get the DLC with Punisher, the Midnight Suns with the Punisher, Moon Knight, and and Blade. I'm preaching, my brother. I love Sonic and Sega All-Star. Yeah, man. Sega, look. People can say what they want. Sonic and Sega All-Star Racing is better than Mario Kart. Better than Mario Kart. People can hate me. I don't care. Sonic and Sega All-Star Racing is better than Mario Kart. I got it on the Wii U. The Sonic Transform is the best arcade like mascot racer ever made. I got it on the Wii U and I got it on Steam. Now, if you guys got on, if any of you guys got Sonic Racing Transform on Steam. We gotta do a Sonic Racing Transform night all together, a gathering all together, and play that game. Like if y'all got it on Steam, I would love to play that game with you guys. I don't care what nobody say. Said, let's see. Said, I don't hate Other M per se. It just didn't seem like the first game to start as an entry, but I'm aware of the criticism though. Yeah, I love Ultimate Alliance as a kid. He said, as a kid? Damn, you that young? He said, I was in college when the first one came. I just dropped out of college before I went back to college. Yeah, no. I didn't drop out of college because I just met my girlfriend. I just met my daughter's mother at the time Alliance came out. So no, I was still in college. My fault. I was still in college when that came out. Yeah, I have wonderful 1-on-1 on the Wii U. I still have it. I have it in the storage. I haven't even get just to really play it. Because during the time the Wii U, most of my Wii U experience, I didn't get to play mostly. I bought a lot. Man, my Wii U library is sick. But this was during the time that I just went back to college, to finish college. And I was spending most of my devotion and dedication to graduating and studying and stuff. So I haven't really spent much time. But yeah, I have Wonderful 101 on the Wii U. That was a very unique game. I'm going to need to try that to verify. I always said the Sonic Riders my guy first. I always loved that Mario Kart since it actually trying something different. Since we're talking Sonic and Sega All Stars Tennis, I never played that one. Let me tell you something. Sega is an arcade company. Sega knows how to make arcade sports games, arcade racers, arcade fighters. They're good at it. That's why I enjoy Sonic All-Star Racing game. I never got to play this tennis, but I played Virtua Tennis on Dreamcast. And I'm not really a tennis person. Like if it's not Mario or anime character or cartoon character playing sports, I don't play sports games. But Virtua Tennis, that was a pretty damn good game on the Sega Dreamcast because it's that arcade feel and that arcade experience. Sega just know how to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care what nobody. I would die on that hill. Sonic All-Star Racing was good. Sonic Shuffle, which was Sonic's Mario Party game. That was their Mario Party equivalent, and I don't know what the fuck is Sega's doing. What are they doing? How come we don't have Sonic Shuffle 2? How come we don't have a Mario Party equivalent, a Sonic equivalent to Mario Party? Why don't we have it? Matter of fact, I enjoy Sonic Shuffle more than I enjoy Mario Party. Their games were actually fucking fun. And they were like RPGs because on the board game, it plays like an RPG. You got turn-based, and then at the very end, you fight a boss together on the board game. Like that was a good idea. Like, what the fuck is Sega doing? Now, I know Sega is saying that they're trying to bring back the Dreamcast attitude with their future releases, and they're really trying to make Sonic a strong contender or a strong rival to Mario once again. So, Sonic Crossworlds racing game, it's another sign of that. They're trying to really make Sonic like Mario in terms of having him in so many different genres. But they gotta bring back the tennis games with the sports games with Sonic and the Sega franchises. And they gotta bring back Sonic Shuffle. Remaster the first one first if they need to do that and add some new content to it. But they gotta bring it back. We need a Sonic equivalent to Mario Party once again. We need those games, man. That's how you keep Sonic going. I never played any Sonic Rivals, Rivals at all. Riders. I said Rivals. Riders. Yeah, I'm down with that. Probably big. Yeah, man. I would love to do that. I was little when I was in line. Damn, yeah, you a young boy. This was how I discovered Sega had other franchises outside of Sonic. Oh, damn, y'all making me feel fucking old. That the Sega tennis game made him realize that Sega had other franchises outside of Sonic. God damn, I feel damn old, man. Yeah, it came out in 2006. Y'all guys are making me feel old. I was in elementary school when Ultimate Alliance and the PS2 era was out. God damn. I was in fucking college and shit. I love Sega tennis game on the DS. Good games. Holy fuck, we already spitting back. Sega All-Star. Yeah, man. Like, fuck that, man. Like, yo, come on. Sega, if you happen to run across the stream, Sega, listen to me right now. If you want to make money, man, you got to give the fans what they want. We need some more Sonic. We need more Sonic sports games. You got to keep the Sonic racing games. I mean, you got to put a lot of advertisement. You got to put a lot of marketing into it. And we need some more Sonic RPGs. I mean, some legitimate Sonic RPGs. I don't care if it's action adventure. I don't care if it's turn-based role-playing games. But we need more Sonic role-playing games. I like the idea that was going on with Sonic Boom Rise of Lyrics, but y'all dropped the ball on that. I blame you guys. Y'all dropped the ball on that because y'all had something going on with Sonic Boom Rise of Lyrics. And you didn't let Big Red Button cook. But I seen the potential in it, and if it would have been successful, man, we would have had a whole nother side franchise for Sonic. And also Sega always have good fucking soundtracks for their games. I might get the Switch for Fire Emblem is one of the favorite. Yeah, I got where is it? I gotta find it. Let me make sure I got it. Yeah, I got yeah, I got the which one I got? I didn't play Fire Emblem since the Nintendo GameCube and the Wii, Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn. And ever since then, Fire Emblem went to the handhelds. I'm not a handheld guy, so I didn't really play them like that. But yeah, I wanted to get back into Fire Emblem, so I bought Fire Emblem Engage and still haven't opened it. I bought it on launch day and still haven't opened this shit yet. And so I look, when Switch 2 come out, and hopefully a lot of these games are backwards compatible, which I think it will be, except for certain games that required the old Joy-Cons and stuff like that. My Switch 2 is gonna be already gonna have a lot of games to play. Did my man just say, have I played Phantasy Star? Do a cow go moo? Can do a duck swim? Do a cat go meow? Of course I played Phantasy Star. Phantasy Star was that work, especially Phantasy Star Online, especially on the Sega Dreamcast, bro. That was my fucking game. And then on GameCube, oh, that was my life. I put like 600 hours in the GameCube one. Remember Rad Racer for the NES? Yeah, that's an underrated game. Yeah, I remember that. Sega has always been the king of arcade games. They made the F-Zero GX. Yep, my brother Keel got that. We love the fuck out of that game. They need to start making more arcade sports games. They can provide variable alternatives in Nintendo games for multiplayer gamers. The most absurd thing ever is that Nintendo owns Atlas, and somehow we still don't have a Sonic JRPG. Bro, Sega is leaving money. Yeah, bro, that's what I'm talking about. We need a new Sonic the Fighters. That would be cool. A Sega basketball and soccer game would be cool. I had Mega Man Soccer on Super Nintendo. That game was actually pretty cool too. Kids love Sonic lately. I noticed when I was a kid, you couldn't just get Sonic figures from Walmart like now. Yeah, man. Video game figures and getting video game merchandise was so hard to even find back in the day. Now you're starting to see it more often, especially Sonic. That's a good observation. The Sonic was hard to find. I was 5 and damn, y'all niggas make me feel old as shit. You was 5 when Ultimate Alliance came out. I feel old as shit. I couldn't get into Echo the Dolphin. Like I said, I can't play as animals. I do not want to play as a fucking dolphin. I could never get into that. Yeah, you're like 10 years older than I am. So it would be nice if we got an X Legends Wonder. Oh man, that may be the next. We've been getting X collections from Capcom. This is what I'm saying. Like, despite how people feel about DEI and a lot of the stuff that Capcom has been implementing and stuff, they've been putting out them collections and those remasters, dude. Like, come on, like, dog. We got the X collection. We had we had 2 X collections, and then we had the Mega Man Battle Network collections. I wouldn't put them past them if they do like a remaster or like a remake remaster of Mega Man Legends 1 and 2 in a collection. I will buy that shit. Sonic Games is a serial ball dropping franchise. Yeah, it is a serial ball dropping franchise. Don't lie about that, bro. Yeah, Mugen is older by 10 years than me as well. I hate to say it, but Sega be on some bullshit. They do be on bullshit. To think Sonic got a new breath of life all because of Ugly Sonic. Yeah, man. I'm 28 and I feel old when the stuff I grew up on is 20 plus years old. I'm back. Oh, you didn't miss much, man. We just talked about games. So I want a new Valkyrie profile. Yeah, I like to see a new Valkyrie profile too. Yeah, I had Sonic Battle on my Game Boy Advance. It's just the only problem I had with that was that I had nobody else to play the game with. Those are the type of games that I want to play with other people. You know what I'm saying? They didn't. I knew nobody who had the game. We need a sequel to Sonic Chronicles, Sega, please. So you know what I miss? Fur Fighters. I had Fur Fighters on Dreamcast. Play as a dolphin. Would you play as a shark like in Maneater? Oh, fuck no. Oh, like, why the fuck would I want to play as a goose? Why the fuck would I want to play as a duck? I mean, if it's like a cartoony type of duck, you know, like or anime style type of duck or animomorphic character that's an animal but anthropomorphic, I'll play it. You know what I'm saying? But there's no way in the world playing as a fucking dolphin. There's no way in the world. What's that game called? Stray on the that indie game that PlayStation fanboys is bragging about. Why the fuck would I play as a fucking cat? Why would I want to play as a cat that I got walking around the house that shits in the litter and just eat up all the damn food that I keep constantly going to the store and buy and then keep eating it the fuck up? Why the fuck would I want to play as a fucking cat? Why the fuck would I want to play as a goose and shit like that? Like Sonic Chronicles, that game was trash. Holy shit. I never played it. So I was 12 when Sonic Adventure came out to the world. Yeah, me and Landon's about the same age. Because I was like 12 or 13 when Sonic Adventure came out. I think it's 12. What about Squirrel with a Gun? Now, Conker, like I said, Conker is different because Conker, like I said, he's an anthropomorphic. He's like a cartoony type character. You know what I'm saying? Got limbs and stuff like that and stuff like that. So seeing Conker, that's not I'll play as Conker and stuff or Donkey Kong. They're like Disney-esque type of animal characters. You know what I'm saying? Say, damn, I missed all the like somehow show moving duck game. I am merely more a Nintendo nerd, but I do have respect for Sega as for my favorite console, PS1. Dog, like you had them been born. He said, let me see, man, the fact that Sonic Heroes is over 20 years old makes me feel so old. I remember being introduced to that franchise with that entry back in 2006. How you got Banjo and Kazooie? Banjo Kazooie, like I said, Banjo Kazooie, they're anthropomorphic type, like they're Disney-esque animal characters, like how you got Donald, Goofy, Mickey Mouse, and stuff like that. So they don't count. I can play Banjo Kazooie in them. I was 6 years old in 2000. God damn. Speaking of Sega, cannot wait for the new Shinobi game coming away. Yup. No, this game, there's a game literally a squirrel with a gun. Oh fuck no, I wouldn't play that shit. While we're getting on Sega's back and whatnot, using their IP. What about Rare, Cameo, and such? Yeah, I never played any of because remember Cameo was supposed to be a Nintendo GameCube game, but then the Microsoft bought Rare, and I never played the 360 game of Cameo. So yeah, there was potential there. The day of the mascots were gone, like those aesthetic characters. They were like mascots and platformers. We don't have those no more. You know what I'm saying? Everything is more real life, Call of Duty-esque, generic people, generic like characters that look realistic. They don't really have any clothing that stand out. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wearing cargo pants and combat boots and shit like that with a space helmet on and shit like that. We don't have what it used to. Yeah, I played the Red Rampage games because my dad was a avid played the old ones back in the day, but they weren't fun. I didn't care about Rampage. I didn't care about those. Yeah, the whole point of Conquer was mature cartooniness. That's why the remake wasn't as true. I'm so happy we got Just Set Radio coming up. The only thing I need from Sega is a new Space Channel 5. I won't ask for anything else afterwards. A squirrel holding a big ass pistol shooting humans. Said, I'll make you feel better when I remember Pong and Space Invaders came out. Yeah, I vaguely remember well, the reason why I know Space Invaders because my dad played those games and stuff like that. So when I was a baby, I played Robotron, Defender, I played Joust, I played Bubbles, What was the other games? Pitfall. I played a lot of those old games because my dad was a gamer. I'm a gamer because of him. And then my mom played games. My mom was more of a puzzle gamer. She was good at Bust a Move. She was good at Bubble Bobbles. Dr. Mario. She was good at. She was the queen of Tetris. She loved Parappa the Rapper. She played. She beat like perfect scores on Parappa the Rapper. And the other game, the sequel, Unlimited Jammy, or that was like the spinoff game, Unlimited Jammy. That was her favorite game and stuff. She was just good at those. It's too bad Jet Set Radio Future PC4, but at least there's going to be a new one. They're never going to make it. Yeah, I heard about that. We got to wait and see. Say, oh man, these mascots need to come back. Like, we'll never get that, man. Yeah, Tired of Tasmanian Tiger, Croc. I got Croc. Croc was supposed to be a Yoshi's game, I think it was. A 3D platformer Yoshi game for the Nintendo 64, if I can remember correctly. And then something happened along the lines. It never happened. It never went down that way. And then they just made it to Croc. I heard they probably remastering. The developers came back, and I think they probably doing like a remaster or a remake of Croc. But I had Croc. I have it on the PS1. That was a good game. It was hard. The controls are janky as fuck though. I heard of that part does scare me though. At least there's an alternative for Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. Yeah, man, you just had to be there in that era of the early 90s all up into the early 2000s. That was like the best time to be a gamer. You got to understand during that time, man, gaming was still like a newborn. Gaming was still evolving. Gaming wasn't still taken seriously yet. So it was very niche. People thought that gaming was going to be a fad. It was something that was going to be introduced to society, and then society was going to throw it away like they did the spinning top and the yo-yo and stuff like that. People didn't think that gaming was going to go this far, but it actually did. And growing up in the 90s, man, with the Sega Genesis, the TurboGrafx, the Super Nintendo, dude, every day, especially when we got to the PS1 to PS2 era, in that generation of gaming, dude, it felt like a new fucking game was coming out every fucking week. Like, it was so many damn games that was coming out, you couldn't grab every game. You was bound to miss a game. And me being fortunate to have my mom and dad, and they was able to buy me wherever the fuck I wanted as far as games are concerned. Even then, I had almost every game, but it was still games that I missed out on. Still games. Still games to this day on PS2, GameCube, the original Xbox, Super Nintendo, Sega Saturn. It's still a bunch of games that I totally missed out on and never knew that they exist. It was so many games. Back when devs had something to prove and they can't cut. Yeah. See, the thing is, you also like they came out in the 70s. My dad was one of the engineers that made Intellivision, my house. Oh wow, and Philly was the place everyone went to. Yeah. Same thing. Same thing, James. My house was the go-to house in my neighborhood because out of everybody in my neighborhood, my family was the only ones that had a mom and dad. Or like that. Most people in my neighborhood came from a single-parent household. So my house was the go-to spot. I had every new release game that came out, I had it. Every new action figures or toys like that, my brothers and I, we had it. So all the kids would come to our house. You know, their mom or their dad would come over, drop the kids off and stuff. They knew and you gotta understand, communities were different back then. Back then, communities are a whole lot different back then. Because I remember growing up in the early 90s. My dad would go out to work. My mom would get up in the morning, you know, and especially during the weekends, my mom would get up, and my mom used to have all the wives or all the women would come to my mom's house, and they all would work out. They used to wear the sweatsuits or whatever like that, with the jacket, with the sweatpants and stuff. And they would all have their steppers, and they would have what's his name? Richard Simmons. He was that flamboyant aerobics guy. My mom had the aerobics tape, and then Barbie had their aerobics tape exercise that all the women would come to my mom's house, and they would bring their kids over, and I would take them upstairs to my room, play the Sega Genesis, play the Super Nintendo. So my dad would be at work. All the women in the neighborhood would be at my mom's house. They would go exercise and work out and stuff like that. it was such a different time and era, and everybody knew each other in the neighborhood, and everybody was allowed to discipline each other's kids back then too. That's how it's a community. It takes a village to raise children. You know what I'm saying? So everybody looked out for each other back there. It wasn't like I'm going to mind my business and stuff. Today you can't discipline anybody's kids, especially in the hood, especially in the black community. You cannot discipline other people's kids. You don't say shit to my kid. Don't touch my. Don't do this and the other. It was totally different back then. It was completely different. Everybody knew each other around the way because the community was knitted. You know what I'm saying? The community, everybody went to the same church. Everybody knew each other. A lot of my parents grew up with a lot of them in elementary school, middle school, through high school and stuff. Everybody knew each other. And that's how it was back then. And my mom used to cook dinner by the time dad come home. And we used to have family dinner, sit at the dinner table and stuff like that. I remember those times growing up as a kid that I had that experience. But every time a new game came out, especially when Sonic 2 came out, oh my God, I got Sonic 2 on my birthday. And all the kids came around. Had all the balloons. My godmother came around. We had the Ninja Turtles come over. They actually had the people dressed up as Ninja Turtles came over, had all the balloons and stuff, had ice cream and cake. And I remember all the kids piled around me and stuff as I opened up and I had Batman Return on Sega Genesis. I had Tiny Toons Adventure. I had Sonic 2 and everything. And all the kids were crowded around me and stuff. And we all would play together and stuff. Oh man, I remember that growing up as a kid, man. It was just games galore, bro. Yeah, Billy Blanks still going strong. YouTube, yup. Yeah, the 90s was such a good era. There used to be good times where you lived back then. Yep, bro. My mom used to work out to Billy Blanks. Yeah, my mom used to work out to Billy Blanks too. Yeah, oh man. And also, especially, my mom used to watch General Hospital, Oh My Children, all these soap operas. And all my mom used to do is watch the soap operas and be on the telephone. After she finished doing all the house cleaning and stuff like that, because my mom was a stay-at-home mom while my dad worked and stuff like that. So after mom cleaned the house and, fed us and stuff like that, mom would watch soap operas all day. Watch the soap operas while we upstairs playing our video games or whatever like that. Mom be downstairs on the telephone with her girlfriends talking about what happened in General Hospital, laughing, joking on the phone and stuff like that. And yeah, girl, you can't believe it. You see what she did? All day. And even they would be on the party line. My grandmother used to watch all the soap operas. And that's all the women did back then. They would be on their telephones talking about soap operas all day. All they would do. It was such a different time. It was such a different era. And men and women knew their roles. They knew their places to do what they need to do to raise their families and take care of their families and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Listening to these stories has me mad as fuck. Yeah, dude, like, yeah, Mugen. But for mom, it was always cops in America's Most Wanted. Yeah, no, no, my grandfather, he loved the cops in America Most Wanted. My grandfather used to watch that. But yeah, man, the 90s was. He said, "Was your mom addicted to Young and the Restless?" Yeah, my mom was addicted to that too. And you have to understand, even during that time, right? I remember when we finally got cable, and mom and dad didn't tell us. We was wondering why we see like this telephone guy comes out the house, and mom and dad, they didn't say nothing. They didn't let us know because we kept asking mom and dad like we want cable, and they never and we waited, and then one day we came home from school, and like I said, this is the early 90s, and I remember we walked in the house, and right there, the TV's right there, and then we walked into our room. Walked into the room, and we had the cable box. It was the wooden panel cable box. Walked into the room and didn't even notice the cable box. We walked into the room, and because I'm about to turn on my game console, I was about to turn on my Sega, and I looked up, and that's when I saw the cable box. Oh my God. We hugged the hell out of our mom and dad because they finally got us cable. And the first thing we turned on to was Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon. And oh my God, you had to be in the era of the early Nickelodeon days, man, where you had Rocko Modern Life, Ren and Stimpy, Wild and Crazy Kids, Alex Mack, Carissa Explains It All. Let me see, all that. Did I say Wild? Legend of the Hidden Temple. Wild and like I said, Wild and Crazy Kids, I believe already. Doug. Oh my God, dog! Like it's man, and then Cartoon Network. G-Force, which is Gotcha Man. Astro Boy. You know what I'm saying? Solar Moon. Was it the Super Chunk where you got introduced to a lot of the Looney Tunes, Hanna-Barbera, Johnny Quest. You know what I'm saying? And then later on, that's when we start getting what a cartoon. What a Cartoon was a special indie block of independent animators, and that's when we first got introduced to Johnny Bravo. I remember when Powerpuff Girls only had 2 special episodes. It was called What a Cartoon. It was an indie because Powerpuff Girls was a indie cartoon. Johnny Bravo was an indie cartoon. Dexter was introduced on this block on Cartoon Network. Courage the Cowardly Dog. All of them was introduced on that block, and love the fuck out of it. I didn't really like Rocket Power too much. Yep, Kenan and Kel. If you had cable, you were considered rich as fuck at that time. Yeah, apparently, yeah. Oh yeah, Scary Monsters. That was the show too. He said the commercials was fired back in the 80s and 90s. It was, man. It was. Yeah, we old as shit. Oh yeah, Action League. It's kablam. Oh my God, Action League. Now that was the show. That was the show. We used to watch that. And then Iron Weasel, Cow and Chicken, Johnny Test. Those are later cartoons. That was the new generation. We didn't have Johnny Quest. Yeah, Clarissa Explains It All. She eventually became Sabrina the Witch, the teenage witch later on. But I was so in love with the actress who played as Clarissa, and Clarissa Explains It All. I was madly in love with that chick when I was young, dog. I was madly in love with her. I caught a bunch of these growing up memories, man. Yeah, man. Brother, I love the hell out of Codename Kids Next Door. Same as Ed. Yeah, Ed, Eddie. Codename Kids Next Door was past my generation. I didn't watch, like I love Codename Kids Next Door, but that wasn't my generation. That came much later. I wrote, and oh yeah, and Space Goes Coast to Coast. That was like a late night show on Cartoon Network. Space Goes, I used to love that. I used to love that. You knew it was time to go to bed by that time. When Space Goes Coast to Coast came on, you knew it was late. It was real late at night. And then yes, of course, Toonami. You have to remember, I was around when Toonami was first introduced. Before we really got anime, Toonami didn't have anime right away. We only got like Thundercats. We got like was it Johnny Quest? We got all like the American cartoons, and then we started rolling into anime much later. You know what I'm saying? Remember with Mark's? Remember what would you do with Mark? Yep, I remember that. I like the man because girl June, but it was actually good though. Brings back Rugrats. Love Rugrats too. Yeah, Billy and Mandy came out much later. That's past my that's way later after my generation. DBC used to air on Cartoon Network regularly before Toonami at one point. Well, Dragon Ball Z used to air on WB17 with Ocean Dub before Cartoon Network, before Toonami, before it got on Cartoon Network. All right, because you remember when Ocean Dub came out, Ocean Dub kept stopping at when the Ginyu Force shows up, and the Ginyu Force bury the Dragon Balls, and then it will rerun all over again. It will go all the way back to the Saiyan Saga again, and would never get past the Ginyu Force when the Ginyu Force first arrived on them. It kept going back, and then after a while, it stopped airing Dragon Ball Z on Kids WB. And then one day, once Toonami came, and then they made the announcement that Dragon Ball Z was coming, I said, "Oh, back to this again." It started the Saiyan Saga, and then for some strange reason, Funimation took over. And I remember it got past the point where the Ocean Dub left off at, and all the voices was changed. Now, I didn't like the Funimation voices at first, because I was so used to the Ocean Dub. Everybody, Krillin didn't sound right at first. Gohan, everybody, Vegeta, everybody just sounded so weird to me. And then I just got hooked to it, and then it continued. Now we finally got to the point. And then the day that Goku turned to Super Saiyan, I think on Christmas. The day that Goku turned Super Saiyan, After Krillin died, it was a rerun again. They started it back over again at the Saiyan saga. I was like, are you serious? Space Ghost credits. The voice actors. Yeah, he just passed away. Yup. Yeah, I didn't really do. I wasn't a Disney kid. The Disney Channel on cable, you had to pay for that channel. It wasn't part of the of the cable of your default cable package. You had to pay extra to get the Disney Channel. And my parents, they didn't. We didn't really care about the Disney Channel, so we didn't really care what we was missing out on. The only time you had the Disney Channel for free is every December, the 25 days of Christmas, where they play Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty the Snowman, and all the Christmas shows. That's the only time you got Disney Channel for free. And then you can make a decision after Christmas if you wanted to purchase it and keep the Disney Channel. So the only time we did rock with Disney Channel was on December, on Christmas month. So we watched all the Disney shows and stuff like that, but it still didn't hit the same like Nickelodeon and what Cartoon Network had. Yup, Cat Dog, yup. Robotech, yup. Heathcliff, Action Team Now, yup. Wild Thorn. I wasn't really into Wild Thornberries. So I remember when Looney Tunes tried to go the action route with Lunatics. I didn't like Lunatics. What cat was better? Or Garfield? Pay-per-view channels. Remember those? Yup, pay-per-view for wrestling, boxing, porn, and stuff like that. American Heathcliff. Yeah. People do not realize that Heathcliff was made in Japan for an American audience. Did not know that. I did not know that. Yeah, man. It was something, man. That was an error. I couldn't get into X-Men Evolution. Like like there still haven't been an X-Men cartoon that outshined the 97. Not 97. The X-Men in the 90s or whatever like that. It still haven't been a cartoon. It still haven't been an X-Men cartoon that outshined that. The original classic X-Men cartoon that I grew up with in the 90s. Still nothing that can beat that. Mm-hmm. Who is it? Yep. 1 second. One second, guys. Yeah, I worked on this too. Wow. One second. Okay, in the future. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but yeah, man. The fans that I didn't Jackie Chan Adventure, I used to watch that before I go to school. Batman Beyond, it took me some time to get used to Batman Beyond because I'm used to my Batman. You know what I'm saying? Bruce Wayne and Batman. But as I started watching Batman Beyond, Terry McGinnis was his own Batman. He was his own character. You know what I'm saying? I started liking Terry McGinnis because he wasn't Bruce Wayne. He was actually different. He had his own rogue gallery. He didn't have to really take much from Bruce Wayne's Batman's rogue gallery. He had his own actual rogue gallery. And I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah. I didn't really like the Hulk cartoon. I didn't like Iron Man cartoon either. The only Marvel cartoons that was actually really good, in my personal opinion, was Spider-Man and X-Men. The other ones wasn't really that good to me. I didn't really like the Fantastic Four. Iron Man didn't really appeal to me, and I think only because I don't know, none of Iron Man's villains resonated with me. That's why Iron Man was considered a B-list character, B-list hero. He only got Iron Man only got popular because of MCU. Like if you was a Marvel veteran or a Marvel fanatic, then yeah, you would love Iron Man and stuff like that. But Marvel wasn't really like Iron Man wasn't really that popular character. Even Captain America, even though Captain America is dope to me, but I couldn't get into the Iron Man cartoon. None of it appealed to me. Silver Surfer was so fucking weird. That's why that cartoon didn't even last. The Silver Surfer cartoon. I couldn't get into Silver Surfer. I couldn't get into Iron Man, and Fantastic Four didn't appeal to me either. Batman: The Final Chapter. Most people know it's about an era named Batman Beyond. And Batman: The Final Chapter. Most people, I didn't know that. Never really had a chance to grow up with the DC cartoons from way back then. They're much more like better than the Marvel shows. Don't forget the Hulk. Yeah, how old everyone here in the chat. So a lot of people forgotten about that. And the Batman 2004 was cool too. Yeah, my little brother strike like the Batman. I think the Batman was pretty cool. December 1st, the 90s Spider-Man over the what they gave him. Batman Beyond was hard. I know Terry isn't the Batman, but that show was awesome to me. Yeah, Iron Man was a side character. Remember Extreme? Oh man, yeah. Street Sharks was trying to be like an equivalent to Ninja Turtles, and then the Extreme Dinosaurs, and then they combined the Extreme Dinosaurs with Street Sharks as one show. I always thought they was corny. I didn't like them. And I remember Channel USA used to have Savage Dragon and the Highlander cartoon. We used to watch that. Oh, I used to watch RoboCop, the cartoon too. Oh yeah, who didn't like Justice League Unlimited? That was that show. That was that show, man. I love the hell out of that damn show. Mm-hmm. 1 second. Yeah, man. You just had to be there. You just had to be there, man. He said the ending where Terry Batman Beyond is playing. Yeah. Yeah, man. That's that whole thing. How she hijacked it, Terry's father, and put his Bruce's DNA in his father's DNA. So Terry is not even his kid, is Bruce's kid. That's crazy. Sabrina the Witch was missing out. Mugen could have given her the BBC. Yeah, I was in love. Bro, with Clarissa Explains It All, dog. I was in love with her. I don't like the current decision with Spider-Man in general. I'm sick of Spider people. Yeah, they because Spider-Man is one of the most popular characters. I think he's like the number one popular character in Marvel. So they just milking the fuck out of Spider-Man. We were civilized people back then. We sure were, man. It's more degeneracy now than it was a long time ago. Also love the Justice League cartoon. So do you think that the limited availability access to shows, movies was made is what made things feel more special back then? Yeah. Well, because you gotta remember, back then we didn't have streaming or whatever. So as a kid growing up, especially in the 90s, as a kid growing up, if it wasn't available on VHS, you had to go home and watch it on TV at whatever time that show or movie or whatever it was that came on. So you cherish those moments. Like even as a family, like me and like with my parents stuff, we had movie night. If there was like a TV show that we all liked, mom and dad used to sit down and watch television with us. It was a family event. You know what I'm saying? And those shows felt more special was because you couldn't, if you missed it, you missed it. You had to wait for that show to air again, or unless it came out on VHS. So we made like families and kids and parents, they made it their job to make sure to catch those programs, and you cherish those moments. You know what I'm saying? Now you can just catch it on streaming. You can go on the internet and somebody pirated it somewhere. You can be able to watch it. But at that time, man, those were events. Television shows were events. You know what I'm saying? And I used to love it. Or what we would do was, if we're in the kitchen, my dad would have this tray or whatever, or this counter with wheels on it with the TV on it, and dad would slide the TV into the kitchen. So we all, not the kitchen, I mean the dining room. slide into the dining room, and we all sitting down as a family because in my family, we ate. We like that's why family is important. Even if even if it's a single parent household, it's important to eat with your children. It's important to eat with your family because that's how you build a bond. That's why I'm so tight with my brothers. That's why I'm so tight with my parents and stuff like that. Because my dad was the head of his household, and he believed in a family that prays together, stays together, and a family that eats together. Man, you get to grow and know each other and stuff. So every night, like mom would have dinner ready and everything. Mom would have dinner plates in the dining room. And soon, Dad, you hear the keys. You hear the keys. Dad jingling his keys from outside. We know Dad is coming. We all run to the door waiting for Dad to come in. Dad would come in. We would run and jump on Dad and stuff. Dad would give us a hug, play, wrestle around with us and stuff. And food is already done. Dad goes give Mom a kiss. He goes upstairs to wind down for a little bit to get himself together. He comes downstairs. We all sit down at the dinner table together. We have a family. We all hold hands. We have a family prayer. And either if there's a program, a special TV program that's coming on, he will bring the TV into the dining room, and we'll all sit down and eat dinner while watching TV. But most time there isn't like a TV program that we want to see, we just sit in the dining room together. You know what I'm saying? And we're just talking. Dad would ask how was our day. Mom would ask Dad how was his day. Dad would ask Mom how was her day. And we all got together and we all sit down and we talk as a family. And we had a very, very good time. And that's why I'm so tight with my parents. That's why I'm so tight with my brothers and everybody. That's how you're supposed to do it. And when you're a man of your house, that's how you're supposed to have your family. That's how you get to know your family and stuff. And then after we eat dinner, Mom would wash the dishes and stuff like that. Dad would play with us and stuff because Mom was with us most of the day. So now Dad was hanging out with us and stuff like that. We talk with Dad, play some video games with Dad, and all kinds of stuff. If he's playing video games, we'll sit down on the couch or sit on the floor while beside him while he's playing the game and watch him play the video games and stuff like that. And then when it's time to go to bed, Mom said, "All right, it's time to go to bed." Because now it's mommy and daddy time. So Mom will take us. We'll either take a bath or take a shower, whatever like that. Get our fresh pajamas on, go right to bed, and then after we go to bed, Mom go downstairs in the living room with Dad, and Mom and Dad spend time with each other for the rest of the night. And then they go up to their bedroom. It's time to go to bed and rinse and repeat. You know what I'm saying? That was my life growing up. And you add the gaming in there, you add the cartoons and stuff. Man, you understand. That's why growing up, I constantly got picked, not bullied. I wouldn't say bullied, but I constantly got teased. Was because I was always called white or I'm acting white. Because when you hear this, you would think that it's like a tip, like you hear my life and people, especially black folks, especially in my neighborhood, they see us as like we were like a white family. You know what I'm saying? Mother at home, father come home from work. My dad at the time, we had like 3 cars. My dad had the family van. Then my dad had his car that he would ride, and then he had the car that him and Mom would ride together. You know what I'm saying? So we had like 3 cars. You would say that we were ghetto rich, or you would say that we lived in the hood. We lived in the hood, but we had so much money and stuff like that. And growing up, we were often teased. I know I was teased a lot for having a mom and a dad and how we were raised and stuff like that, and stuff. But that's how I remember my childhood, and those were like they were the fun times. And of course, we had our struggles. There were times we really, really struggled. When my dad got laid off and stuff like that, and he had to take a pay cut and stuff like that, and things happened. But even during those times, because we ate together and we did everything as a family, we held together even during those hard times. And then when my dad, when things was going on well at the job and he got the raise and all this other type of stuff started going on, we skyrocketed again. You know what I'm saying? So we had those hard times at times too. So our family wasn't perfect. My mom and dad wasn't perfect. They had their arguments and they had their struggles that only my parents would know and stuff like that. They would argue and fight at times and stuff. So they weren't perfect, but they did everything in their power to stay together, you know what I'm saying, and work and keep the family together. You know what I'm saying? I got grounded for flipping my teacher. The Bird. I couldn't even watch Garfield Christmas Edition. Mom said I could next time. I never got to see it until it came out on Amazon with my son decades later. Food is the best way to unite people. People really don't know the value of family. Yup, those anime TV shows such as X-Men and continue. Good Lord, man, makes you hype for the next episode. Parties are useless without food. Yup. Did someone scream family? Beautiful, this man. Missed those times. I'm so jealous. Your family dynamic move. Yeah, man. So intact family equals acting white. Yeah, your family sounded very stable, man. Growing up, I always didn't really like my parents. Kind of abusive, nuclear family. Yeah, man. Like, like that's some ignorant statement, but sadly, it's the norm to a lot of places. Yep. What's your dad do? Oh yeah. All right. Yeah. What my dad do? My dad. This is the thing. My dad. He's a contractor. He was a carpenter. He's a carpenter. So my dad, he did carpentry, he did plumbing, and he did electrical work too. So people would pay my dad. My dad would do kitchen. He would do kitchens. He would build kitchens from scratch. My dad was good with his hands. He was good at what he does. He could put a whole new floor down. He can put a whole new attachment on and stuff like that. That's what he did. And then he was also worked for the school district of Philadelphia. He drives the school bus. He still does it today. He about to retire pretty soon. And like now, since my dad, he's been there since I can remember. So now driving the school bus, my dad's getting like what, $34 or $36 an hour. And that's not even counting overtime for driving the school bus because he's been there almost my whole life and stuff. So yeah, my dad's a carpenter, he's a contractor, and he also drives the school bus. You know what I'm saying? So, and also the reason why we made a lot of money too, when it came to income taxes. Like, let me tell you about niggas in like the black community when it comes to income taxes. The first thing niggas do when income taxes come, niggas buy all kinds of shit. They buy brand new cars that they really can't afford until when the money run out, then it gets repossessed and stuff. But when it came to my parents, let me tell you about having children. When you put them as a dependent on your taxes, you get a lot of fucking money. When I claim my daughter, I get a shit ton of money. Since my daughter lives with me and stuff. I get a shit ton of money claiming my daughter. Now the same thing. I got it's four of us. So my dad and my parents, when my dad does taxes, he claims all of us. So the thing is, the secret to how we had so much money, when it comes to us and income taxes, we don't spend our income taxes. I learned that from my father. I learned that from my dad. So that's why by the time a year or two go by, my dad's sitting on like $60,000 to $100,000 of extra money because he saves his income taxes. He don't spend it because I was taught that, hey, my dad taught me, hey, you went this long without your income taxes. So treat it as if you don't got your income taxes. So like that makes sense. If I've been working and busting my ass, paying bills and doing all different type of stuff without getting that extra money, why spend it now when I finally get it, when I can actually put it away and pretend it doesn't exist? So that was another reason why we had so much money. My dad was a good saver. He was and he put a lot of his money, invested a lot of his money in a lot of things. But most of our big income, like big jumps, came from income taxes. Dad never spent it. He always piled income taxes. And I won't disclose how much my dad got from income taxes, but it was a lot of fucking money, and he don't spend none of it. So can you imagine every year to save in income taxes and how much you would be sitting on? My ex divorced me after going to nursing school, so I raised my son alone. So nuclear family. Correction, you get shit ton of money, your money back. Yeah. No, you're right. I respect your dad. Jobs. Yeah. So I had to stay with family dynamic until my father deported back to Jamaica when I was 15. Or is a pipe dream family snaring kind with your father. Sweet as sugar mother. Uncles. My mom was smart shopper and a huge saver. That's how I wait for sales and stuff. So yeah. So I was lucky that I was able to get whatever I wanted. And the thing is, I still didn't. And that was the thing. It didn't take until my teenage years to where I actually wanted to go out and leave the house and do things outside the home, because my mom and dad was able to get me everything that I wanted. So since I got everything that I wanted, and my brother got everything, and my sister and them got everything they wanted, we had no reason to go out and do anything when everything's in the house. Anything I wanted was in the house. It wasn't until I was 13 years old where I actually started going out the house and now I got friends. and stuff like that. We going out doing things and stuff like that. But yeah, man, I was blessed to have that. I was blessed to have that upbringing, to have my mom and dad, and was able to experience that life. That's why none of it is foreign to me when I see those things on television or when I see these nuclear families, advertising stuff, because I lived that. I actually lived that. So I know how that feel, how that feels and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And who remember Light Bright? It was like a toy where they like LED like beads that you put to make pictures and stuff like that. And I remember the mom used to play that with us, Light Bright. My mom used to buy, mom and dad used to buy the Light Bright, and there was things that we used to spend time with mom when we were kids. And then my mom mom and dad had got my sister the Easy Bake Oven, and mom used to play that with my sister. They used to bake stuff and everything. Oh man, it was just something. And then when it came to dad and stuff, dad always, man, when it came to games, when it came to toys, I had the Ghostbusters, the proton pack, and I had the Ghostbuster trap. And me and my brother we both had the Ghostbuster pack and the trap. And dad used to play with us. Dad used to run around the house pretending he was the ghost and stuff like that. We used to run around, chase dad and everything. And then dad used to play with us too. We used to copy off the movie. We used to throw the trap out, pretending, and dad used to run around and stuff. And me and my brother used to have the proton packs. Oh my god! And we used to pretend that we would trap them inside the trap and stuff like that. And then we used to have WCW nights on Nitro, and Monday you had Monday Night Wrestling on WCW, and then you had Thursday was Nitro, and we used to do that every night. Like dad would come home from work, and during this time, we in middle school by this time, because WCW versus NWO came out by that time, and stuff like that on the 64. And man, dad used to come on, and we used to watch that faithfully. Mom used to cook dinner and bring our plates to us and stuff like that. And we used to just bro it out with dad, watching wrestling and stuff like that. And oh man, I used to enjoy wrestling. Me and my brother used to wrestle with dad. He would jump on dad's back, and dad would pick me up, and slam me on the bed, and then Keo would jump on dad's back, and then dad would grab him and then slam him on the bed and stuff like that. And we used to jump on the bed. It's like a elbow drop on dad and stuff like that. And then mom used to get scared because dad would roughhouse with us. Because mom think we would get hurt and stuff like that. Because moms do what moms get very protective and stuff like that. And yeah, man. We used to make a mess, man. It was just fun, man. Yeah, the soccer boppers. Easy Bake was off the chain to my sister. Oh yeah, yo, dog. He said, who remembers doing backflips and front flips on trampolines? I never had a trampoline. Yeah, I remember Crossfire. Oh, let me tell you about this toy, dog. Let me tell you about this. This is toy, right? It's a puppy. It was in the 90s. Now you gotta remember, this is the early 90s, where voice recognition is still new technology. Now there was a puppy that you would speak to, right? And you would give it commands. You would tell it to sit. You would tell it to bark. Or you would tell it to do like a flip or stuff like that. It would do it, right? So it was Christmas coming up. Now my sister had seen it on the commercials and stuff. And I used to love Christmas when it came with mom and dad, because mom and dad would bring the circulars, like the Macy's, all these different Toys R Us and stuff like that. They would give us the circulars, and then they would give us markers. They would give us all markers, and we had to pick through. And mom would have like a spiral notebook, and she would have the pen, and dad would go through the books with us, and dad would tell us to pick out what we want and stuff like that. So dad would tell us to pick it out, and then we would circle what we want, and then mom would take notes of it and stuff like that. This stuff that we want for Christmas and everything, right? So I think it might have been Poochie. I think it probably was Poochie. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But yeah. So this is like the early 90s, right? So I think it probably was Poochie. So what happened was, my sister seen Poochie, the commercial, and my sister wanted it. So she pointed it out in the circular, the Macy's, or it was was it Macy's? I think it was probably the Macy's or the Collins, which one was it? Yeah, I think it was the Macy's circular. But yeah, she wanted it, right? So check this out. It's so funny. I remember this. So what happened was Christmas come. Christmas was always the best. Let me tell you. Like we would have like the Christmas tree downstairs in the corner, right? We would have the Christmas tree in the corner. And remember, it's four of us. It's me. At the time, especially the night, it was me, my sister, Keo. Strike was a baby. Strike was a baby. And what we love about Christmas is because since it's four of us, my mom and dad would spend about $1,000 or $2 a piece on us. Like my mom and dad, like not GameStop, Electronic Boutique, they loved my mom and dad. They were like royalty because they knew Electronic Boutique knew that my dad was going to spend about $8,000 in Electronic Boutique. So when we come in, like if people was on the kiosk, they would tell people to get off the kiosk while they preview games to us. It's this white guy who ran this Electronic Boutique at Franklin Mills, which is called Philadelphia Mills now. Cool guy. We love that guy. He we love because we met his wife, and he would give us like cards, like Christmas cards and stuff like that, because we made his store money. So Eli would come in and say, "Yo, Mr. Blackson is here. The Blackson family here. Y'all gotta step aside." Because we would spend like about like $8,000 in that place. So we did a preview games and everything, and my dad would walk in there, and then it was to the point where you would have like people would go into the Electronic Boutique that worked there and say, "Hey, would you like to buy this game?" And Eli would say, "No, don't sell that to them. Like I know Mr. Blackson. I know what he like. So this is not the type of game he would like that. Put that back. Like he's gonna walk out of here with something. You know what I'm saying?" So we was like royalty at that place. But anyway, my parents would spend about like $2,000 a piece on us. So when Christmas Day came, when we came downstairs, all right, you would have the Christmas tree in the corner, right? And then you would have like the sofa, and then you would have like the love seat on the other side. We had so many presents, so many gifts, to where we couldn't sit them on the floor. They had to put the gifts on the sofa itself and the love seat. That's how many gifts combined of all four of us and stuff. And our parents spent that much money on us. And so yeah. So I remember it was Poochie, right? The dog. And this is funny. So now we open up Poochie, we put the batteries in, right? So my sister started crying because my sister is telling it to bark. Poochie wouldn't bark. My little sister is telling Poochie to sit. Poochie wouldn't sit. Wait, hold on, I gotta pee. This story is funny, yo. Oh, somebody in the bathroom. So Poochie wouldn't sit. Yeah, Poochie wouldn't sit when my sister said sit. Poochie wouldn't bark when she said bark. Poochie wouldn't listen. So then my mom comes over and started giving Poochie commands, and Poochie wouldn't fucking listen. So then my dad comes over, and my dad is talking to Poochie, telling Poochie to sit. Poochie wouldn't sit, telling the Poochie to bark, giving these commands wouldn't work. And my dad said, "Yo, sit down, damn it." And he just wouldn't work. So my dad like, "Yo," so my dad, I'm like, "Yo, this thing must be busted." Now my daughter, my baby girl's crying. It's Christmas Day, and Poochie not fucking working. So we was already going out to Christmas dinner that night. That evening we was going to Christmas dinner. We was going to a restaurant. So what happened was, before we went to the restaurant, we went to Toys R Us because they were gonna take Poochie back and get a new Poochie. So we get there, right? Now, this is where it gets funny. We get inside on Christmas Day. We go inside the Toys R Us. We go inside, and we notice there's a bunch of people. There's a bunch of people with Poochie taking Poochie back, right? So we get in there, and everybody's in line bringing Poochie back, right? So now my dad gets in line. Now I didn't notice it was a pattern though. When I talk about the line, there was a pattern that I didn't recognize when I was young. I didn't recognize it, but I started picking up on it, even though at the age that I was in. So now we get in the line, we get up to the front. So the woman that worked there at the counter, the customer service, the white woman that was there, and the white dude that was beside her, they got the earpieces on and stuff, got the Christmas music playing and stuff. So my dad, so they say, hey, how can we help you? Because my dad and them had the receipt and everything. And they walked over, they had Poochie, and my dad said, yo, like, my dad was explaining, like, we bought this for our daughter, this, that, and the third. And we gave Poochie commands. And the commands are on the box. We follow the commands. Poochie ain't listening to us. We don't know what's going on or whatever. So they would say, says, sir. So the white woman say, sir, I'm pretty sure there's nothing wrong with Poochie, but we'll figure it out. So they took our Poochie out of the box, right? Took Poochie out of the box. The white woman sits Poochie down. Now check this out. She sit Poochie down. So she's like, sit, boy. Poochie sits. Poochie listens. So the white woman gives Poochie another command. Poochie is listening. Poochie's following is doing everything. So the white man comes over. He did the same thing too. Poochie started listening. Poochie's listening and everything, right? So then it dawned on me. So the woman said, oh, well, it seems like Poochie's working fine, and my mom and dad and them confused. So then we looked into the line. We noticed that every person that was returning Poochie was black. So my dad looked at it. So the white woman had my dad, give Poochie a command, and Poochie wasn't fucking listening. So the white woman get a command, and the dog was listening. So then my dad finally put two and two together, and my dad said, yo, I want my money back. And she said, but sorry, where is it? I want my money back. Gave the receipt. She said, why? Is there something wrong? My dad said, yeah, Poochie don't listen to niggas. Because you gotta remember, voice recognition was new back then. So the people who gives the commands was white people. So it listened up, because black people and white people, all cultures, we all talk differently. We have different ways how we slur our words, our dialect, and everything. So most of the people that was returning Poochie was black people. It was a bunch of black people returning Poochie. So my dad like, yo, I want my money back. He said, but sorry, like, Poochie don't listen to niggas. Yeah, because you have to program those commands. So if it's a white person that's programming it, and remember, this is early technology. So it's a white person that's putting the programs in. So white people pronunciate words different from black people, Hispanic people, Asian people, and stuff like that. So now you put it on the market, all the white kids ain't have no issues with it, because how they pronunciate words and stuff like that is completely different. So now black family's getting the dog. Poochie ain't listening. So we got our money back, and my dad got my sister something else. But yeah, everybody, even the white woman was like embarrassed, but at the same time trying not to laugh. And even the black people like, yeah, like, fuck that dog. So yeah, that's what it was. So basically, you had to sound Caucasian to play with it. Yeah. He put so much emphasis in the word niggas. Oh, no way we can know who black and I ain't no way Poochie can know who's black and I feel bad for yourself. Yeah, bro. I remember that clear as day, because it was so confusing, because even as I was a kid, I said, why is that dog only listening to her? But then the dog would listen to my dad or my mom or even my little sister. And it just dawned when I noticed that everybody who was returning was black. Oh man, you have to put on that the white voice to play with. Dog in the 90s, ain't no fucking way that trash ass tech could tell the ethnicity. Yeah, dog. Like, yeah, dog. It was crazy, man. But like I said, you have to remember, you have to program those. You have to voice those commands. So whoever was voicing those commands was obviously a white person or whatever like that. So dialect and how they pronounce words is totally different than how we do it. So that's why a lot of black people returning that dog because that dog would not fucking listen to us. Yo, dog. Oh man, and the reason why I brought this up because I was just thinking about it a couple of days ago because I saw on YouTube there was a commercial of an AI. Then they got AI kittens and AI puppy robots. That's actual AI. It's AI and everything. It's pretty neat. And when I thought about it, I was like, "Oh shit!" It just took me back to my childhood, and I was just dying at that. I was dying. So yeah, they gave my dad gave him a receipt. He got his money back, and we got something else for my sister instead. But that was so damn funny, man. Oh man, yup, yeah, man. I have stories. I have stories for days, man. Story. My childhood was funny as hell. So I remember when I used to summer camp, right? I remember during summer camp, and this was embarrassing. I was about like, I would say like 8 or maybe 9. Oh my god. So I was about like 8 or 9 years old. So it was me and my brother Keo. We at the summer camp and we went to this like this special. I forgot it wasn't in Jersey. I can't remember what it was, but it was like this play. It was like this park, and at this park, you got the long slides. You got like a rug. You sit on, you slide down. You had all these different jungle gyms, monkey bars, all these other type of activities and stuff. It's very very big. And it's all these summer camp from these different places which would be there. So what happened was it was me and my brother Keo or whatever, and it was my cousin. It was a couple other of the boys that was with us, and I was about like 8 or 9 years old. I remember this. It was so embarrassing, yo. So we end up intermingling with this other summer camp or like that, and it was predominantly white. So it was like these white girls that was our age. They started playing with us. They run around playing tag with us. They wrestling with us and stuff and stuff. There and we young and little and stuff like that, playing around, flirting and stuff like that. So we playing with the girls and everything, right? So we get to this. I don't know what made me do this. So we get to this. We go over with the girls. So the girls was afraid to climb this. It was like I wouldn't say I wouldn't say it was a rope, but it was like a climbing type of activity, or whatever, like an obstacle. It was made of chains. It was made of chains. It was a climber made of chains. It was like a ladder, but it was like a long. It was like a bunch. It's like a row of ladders made of chains, and you climb up to the top. So the white girls that was with us from the other camp or whatever like that, they was like afraid. They was afraid to climb up there. The white girls pushing each other, trying to get each other to go up there. So you being a young boy and stuff like that, you trying to impress the girls and shit like that. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna press. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go up there. I'm gonna go up there. So, oh my god. So I climb. I gets on there, and he said, oh my. He said, please don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt yourself. I'm like, I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna be fine. So I'm climbing up. I'm feeling in my head. When you're a young boy, especially when girls are around, you got one hell of an imagination. I'm thinking like I'm Spider-Man and shit like that. Like I got all kinds of shit in my head, fantasizing and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And the girls think I'm cool and shit like that. So I'm climbing. I get to the very top. I'm way up there, right? Now, remember, it's made of chains. So it's wobbling while you climbing up there. So I'm climbing up. So now it's time for my black ass to get the fuck back down. So the girls are clapping. Or what like that. They clapping and stuff. Say, oh my God, so he's already up there. He's already up there and shit like that, right? So my brother Keo, I'm his older brother. So Keo's impressed that I'm up there and stuff like that. So now I said, oh shit, now I gotta get the fuck back down. So it's even now I'm way up. And now I gotta go down. As I'm going down, now the wind is blowing. It's shaking even more as I'm trying to get down and stuff. And everybody clapping and stuff. And all the girls is all impressed and stuff like that. So I get to halfway down, and I don't know what the fuck was on my mind. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be a badass. I'm gonna jump and I'm gonna land on the ground like I'm Iron Man and shit like that. You know how Iron for the MCU, you know how Iron Man lands and shit like that. So I'm thinking, I'm like, yo, I had it all played out in my head. Like, yo, I'm gonna jump down like a badass. I'm gonna land and everything. Why did I do that? I went to go turn around and try to jump. The time that I decided to jump, the wind wanted to decide that it wanted to blow as hard as possible. When it blew, my ankle, my leg got twisted in the chain, and I fell, I slapped the chains, and then it untangled, and then I hit every chain. I hit every chain, and then it fell in the grass, it fell in the leaves, and all this rocks and all this dirt. And I bit my tongue. My mouth started bleeding and everything. Oh my God, it was so embarrassing. It was so embarrassing. Of course, all the boys was laughing. And it was just, oh my God, and the girls, they looked embarrassed for me and shit like that. It was the most embarrassing. And then I'm embarrassing for my brother Keo. Oh my God. Oh my God. I had the worst luck, dog. I had the worst luck. And my tongue, dog, I never bit my tongue that hard. I bit it so hard, my mouth started bleeding and everything. Dirt, rocks, everything fell in my mouth. Bro, I was so embarrassed. And the thing is, it in my head, I'm thinking like, yo, it's gonna play out like this. I'm gonna be a badass. I'm gonna hit the ground. All the girls gonna be cheering me on, running over to me and shit like that. Oh my God. When that wind blew and my leg caught onto them chains, I was done. Oh my God. Yeah, those were legendary childhood wounds. I tell you, dog. Like, especially being a boy, like as a little boy, you get fucked up. You get fucked up. He said this, that one said, get your ass down. Yo, dog. I was so dog. I didn't when I got up, I ran past the girls and everything. Said, did I start crying? I know. I started crying when I ran away. My eyes was watery and glossy as hell. I got up and started running. I ran all in the back, hold my mouth and everything, and my eyes started bawling out and everything, dog. Like, oh, that dog. I had some adventures, man. Oh my God. And then let me tell you the time. I'm gonna tell you the time that I was in. What grade was I in? Was it fifth grade? Yeah, fifth grade. I was in fifth grade, and it's this place called Tasker Village. I'm gonna tell you the time where we almost got beat up by 12th graders, and we was in fifth grade. So what happened was, it was me, my friend Jamal, and it was my friend Steven and my friend Jakil. And then the Korean and my Korean friend named Rafinet. It was Rafinet, me, Jamal, like I said, Jakil and Steve. So it was the five of us. And my cousin Tyree. Me and him went to the same middle school together too. It was pretty much in the same class. So it was the six of us. So what happened was it Jakil? Was it Jamal? Yeah. So Jamal and my cousin Tyree, yeah, Jakil, yeah. Yeah, Jamal and my cousin Tyree didn't get along in the group. So what happened was, on our way home, they started arguing with each other. I was like, yo, why are we arguing here? My boy thought I could fly. Yeah. So I remember we coming home, and this was in my middle school, Barrett Middle School. And I remember we leaving together. It was me, my Korean friend Rafinet, and then it was Jamal, Jakil, and Steven, and my cousin Tyree. So we on our way walking home. Now, Tyree is arguing back and forth with Jamal. Them two are going back and forth, not getting along with each other or whatever like that. So I was like, like, come on, like, look, if y'all want to argue stuff, y'all might as well just fight it out. And then just shake hands, right? And then we're in fifth grade. So we walked past this place called the Tasker Village, which is these are like low income apartments or like Section 8 and stuff like that. But it's like it's called Village because it's almost, I wouldn't say gated. I wouldn't say it's gated because it's not gated in, but it's like a small little area community of like these Section 8 apartments. But in the middle, there's like this this dome, monkey bar dome, right? You know, you're a kid, you're kids, like our imaginations are just everywhere. So we walk past Tasker Village and I see the dome monkey bars. I said, yo, instead of y'all sitting here arguing about it, why don't y'all fight it out? So he said, all right, we'll fight this and the other. So they took their book bags. Come in. Look. Okay, let me go. Yeah, 1 second, guys. All right, good. I had to go to the bathroom real quick. Yeah, so yeah, you know, let's not say like being a boy is just something, man. Like you, like the Tasker Village. Oh, the Tasker Projects. No, Tasker Projects is something else. This is called Tasker Village. So Tasker Projects, you don't want to be there. Niggas getting shot every day. I had a cousin that lived there, and well, that was Wilson Project actually, not Tasker Project. Said moving chair, streaming Lego. Yeah. So so you know, as the boys, you always got these imaginations. You always thinking that you're in a cartoon or you think you're a Power Ranger and stuff like that. So I was like, yo, how about we go? How about y'all? They took all their book bags off. They about to fight like on the sidewalk and stuff like that. I said, no, hell with that. Why don't y'all fight inside the dome and shit like that at the Tasker Village? Because we walking by it. So they're like, all right, yeah, fuck it. Yeah, let's go over there. So we all go over there, right? They get inside there, and now they took off their jackets and their book bags and everything, and now they're in the dome and they're fighting each other. I mean, they getting the fuck in and shit like that. They roughhousing, they grabbing each other, slamming each other to the ground. And mind you, it's about to rain. So now the rain is coming down. Now their clothes is all dirty because they hitting the dirt, is muddy and stuff like that. And they fight it out. And at the end of it, they got all their frustration and anger out, and they end up they shook each other's hands and they gave each other a hug, and it was cool. And that's what we do as boys. You know what I'm saying? So after that, right? I don't know why it's me. I'll say, you know what? After seeing them fighting there, I said, yo, how about we do this, man? I said, what if we do a tournament, like a fighting tournament or whatever like that? You know, you get your squad, we get our own squads, and then we come to the Tasker Village. And we all going to just brawl it out like a Royal Rumble and shit like that. So what's up, Astrak? Yo, what's up, Ike? He said, what's good, Google Lord? Been playing Street Fighter since currently. Yeah, so I'm saying to myself, oh shit. I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. So now when we get back to school, niggas is squatting up. Like my Korean friend, he got all his Korean boys. Then I got my cousin and got my boys. And then Jamal got more people and stuff. So now we actually like formed like a gang. It was almost like the Warriors and stuff like that. So everybody's squatting up. And we looking forward to after school. We're looking forward to fucking each other up. Like that was the crazy part. We're looking forward to roughhouse and fucking each other up. So now we all got our own squads. So we get to the Tasker Village or whatever like that. So now you got all the Korean boys and you got all the other niggas. We all get to the Tasker Village and we all take our book bags and jackets off and we brawling each other. I mean, we punching each other in the face. We grabbing each other, throwing each other. But we seen it as having fun. This was fun to us. Oh, what's up, John? He said, I'd like to congratulate Mugen Lord on getting what's up, man? So yeah, so we having a good time. Like we brawling each other, we fighting each other, we throwing each other, we roughhousing and stuff like that. It was all fun. I mean, we was getting scars, and we was getting roughed up, but that was considered fun for us. Now, what we didn't know one, it's illegal to even fight in there. Like, it's the Tasker Village. It's locally funded by the local government that's there. They fund that and stuff like that. So we wasn't even supposed to be in there, but we in there fucking shit up and everything. So now what happened was a couple days went by. I don't know what happened. I don't know how the word got out, but the word got out to the high school students because I went to Barrett Middle School. I was in 5th grade, mind you. For some strange reason, it got out to the high schoolers at Southern High School and Bach Tech High School. Word got out to them that it's young boys brawling at the Tasker Village. So we all get there. So the next day we looking forward to it. We talking about like what we did to each other and stuff, how we fucking each other up and everything like that. I'm looking forward to it or whatever like that. So what happened was, I don't know what happened. I don't know how they found out. My mom finds out. My mom, little Brian. I'm like, yes, mom. Come here. So I go upstairs, and my mom found out that I was at the Tasker Village and stuff like that. I don't know how. My cousin Tyree, mom found out about it, that's my mom's cousin. Found out about it, and he got in trouble for it. And mom told me, like I'm not allowed to be there. You shouldn't be like you're not allowed to be there. People live there, this, that, and the third, and all this type of stuff. And I don't want you getting hurt. You roughhousing and stuff. What if you break something or you hurt somebody else's kid? And I got to deal with their parents and this, that, and the third. Don't you go back down there. So I'm like, okay, mom. Did I listen? Hell no, I didn't listen. I'm like, okay, mom. So mom didn't even tell dad about it either at first. So after that, the next day, and this is why I say it's important to listen to your parents. So the next day, I didn't listen to mom. And mom didn't tell dad because mom wanted to handle it and stuff and clear it all out and what like that because she didn't want dad to be on dad. So I didn't listen to mom. So I went back there again, but it was a totally different story. Because when we got there, while we about to roughhouse, grown-ass men start showing up. And they were high schoolers. They were like seniors. Now they about like 18 years old and shit. We're 5th graders. And they came in and said, yo, what's your young boys doing? Like, yo, can we play? And yo, they was fucking us up. Except for me, like when I saw them seniors come in, my punk ass hurt and got my shit on. I told my cousin, and we got no. Tyree stayed. It was Steven and Jaquil. I told. See, Steven and Jaquil, I ran and got the hell out of there. My cousin Tyree decided he wanted to stay. I got the hell out of there when I seen them grown ass men, them grown ass high schoolers came in. I got the hell out of there because they was hurting us. They was literally ripping our book bags. They was literally hurting us and stuff like that. So I got the hell out of there. I was scared as shit. I got the hell out. I said, yo, I should listen to mom. Like, this is why it's important to listen to your damn parents and shit like that. Because I could have got hurt. So I got out of there. Didn't tell mom. I didn't tell mom at all. I got home, had my homework and stuff, did my homework and everything. So later on that night, dad comes in. Dad's upstairs talking to mom, and then dad was like, son, come here for a minute. I was like, oh shit. So I was like, yeah. So I go upstairs, and mom said, yeah, was you at the Tasker Village today? I was like, no, mom. My ass was there. But I didn't say, I was like, no, mom. I lied my ass. I was like, no, mom, I wasn't there. And then she was like, are you sure? I said, yes, mom, I was not there. And she said, you heard what happened to your cousin? I'm like, what happened to Tyree? Now I knew I was there, so I seen Tyree there. So well, Tyree got a black eye, and his friend Darthine, who was part of his crew, he got his arm broken. I was like, oh shit. Because the seniors at those high schools came in or whatever like that. And she said, yeah, keep your butt from around there. I was like, yeah, mom, yeah, dad, like I ain't going around there again. Yeah, dog. It was crazy, man. It was crazy. Grown young niggas. Sound like boys in the hood all over mixed with the Warriors. Yeah, dog. Oh, cool, Kami. Cool. Yeah, dog. That's why I said it's important. Listen to your parents, man. Your parents don't always. Your parents are not always trying to be controlling. You know what I'm saying? It's because your parents, they've been through shit growing up themselves. You get what I'm saying? And they've been there and done it, and they don't want you to repeat the same mistakes as they did. You know what I'm saying? So they want the best for you, and they got, especially you have loving parents, they got their best interests. You got your best, they got your best interests and stuff like that. So it's not them trying to control you or be bossy and stuff. They've been there before. And when you don't listen to your parents, things can get bad. And the Bible talks about that too. You got to be obedient to your parents, especially when your parents are good to you and they gave you everything. You know what I'm saying? So me not listening, that shit could have went south. For me not listening, that shit could have went south because my mom told me not to take my ass down there. And I was even more scared when I heard Dad's voice because I didn't know Dad was home. When I heard Dad's voice, I got shook. I'm like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? So I learned my lesson. I said, if Mom and Dad told me not to do that shit, I ain't gonna do that shit ever again. Because that could have got bad. You know what I'm saying? It could have got real bad for me or whatever like that. But me even now, you know, I'm a parent myself. And now, even as a parent, that's what I'm saying. Like when you're a kid or you growing up, you're a teenager to a young adult, you don't understand sometimes your parents' method of raising you. You don't understand it. You begin to understand it once you become a parent yourself. And then you say, shit, this is what Mom and Dad, this is what they were going through. Because now I'm raising a kid myself, and I find myself doing the same thing that my parents do and stuff. Of course, you make a little adjustments and stuff like that. But when you're an actual good parent and you're actually parenting, you start to see those things and you start to understand, you start to appreciate your mother and father even more because now you're a parent yourself and you're starting to see why they did the things that they did. It's not because they want to control you or all these other type of things. They want to protect you and teach you these things or help you to avoid the mistakes that they made. You know what I'm saying? Looking like a crook. Yup, I did, bro. I did. I was very lucky. Your mom and dad would have beaten. Yeah, Mom and Dad would have beaten. They would have beat my ass. My parents didn't play. That's why I didn't. I wasn't a bad kid. And this is how I knew I wasn't meant to be a bad kid. Because every time I tried to do something bad, I always got caught. And I had to deal with the consequences. All the other bad kids would not get caught. They would do bad shit and don't get away with it. But they pay for it later in their life. Some of them end up in jail. Some of them end up dead. In the female's case, they either get pregnant and all this other type of stuff, had the worst life possible. But this is how I learned that God had his hand on me and my parents were good parents. And it wasn't meant for me to do bad shit because every time I tried to do it, I always got caught. Always got caught. Everybody else would get caught. I would get caught. You know what I'm saying? Like a perfect example. I remember the time when I was in elementary school. Now, elementary school lunch was the worst. It felt like jail food or poor food. Because I remember growing up in elementary school before we would have these school lunches, right? And they would come in like this little tin foil, right? And I think on Mondays it was hot dogs and beans, right? And you get this tin foil, you open it up, and the hot dog is in the beans and stuff like that. And you get this hard ass roll, and you got to scrape the beans off the hot dog, and then you get this packets and stuff. But then you get a milk that comes like a pouch, right? And in elementary school, it's kind of crazy that elementary kids were saying this shit. But everybody used to call it titty milk because it feel like you holding titties in your hand or whatever. So they call it titty milk. So it comes in a pouch. Milk that comes in a clear pouch, a plastic clear pouch, and you put a straw in it. Sometimes you get white milk, like white milk. Sometimes you get chocolate milk or strawberry milk. Now it's a special day when you got strawberry milk. That was like a special day when you got because strawberry milk was good, but you don't get it all the time. Now there was a thing that the boys used to do during lunchtime. Where after they would either squirt all the milk out of the pouch or whatever, or they would drink all the milk. And then what the boys would do is they will blow into the straw, into the pouch, and then it will make a balloon, right? And then what they would do is they would sit in the middle of the lunchroom and then it would step on it and it would make a pop sound. It's like an explosion. And everybody used to scream, all the girls used to scream and get down and stuff like that because you think somebody was shooting in the school. And it got bad to the point where security would run down looking where it's coming from. So they sort of found out that the boys would do that. But the thing was, the boy like nobody would get caught. None of the boys would get caught doing it. So I wanted to be funny, and I decided I want to do the same thing. I will blow in it, right? And I would sit it down and I would step on it, it would not pop. I would jump in the air, put all my energy in it, it would not pop. And if I like a Looney Tunes cartoon, because as I'm stepping on it, the whole time while I'm stepping on it, security's right behind me. The disciplinary ladies behind me. The whole time watching me while I'm trying to stomp for it to pop, and it wouldn't pop. And this disciplinary is right behind me watching me. And when I turn around, there she is. And she grabs me and took me into the auditorium. I had to do detention at the school. No one else got caught, but I get caught. It wouldn't pop when I tried to do it. Yep. Yo, what's up, Yoko? Every time I try to be bad, my dad got the belt. Yup. My sister, back then, I was bad regardless. I got my ass whooped with everything and spoon. Oh yeah, Coleman, the Coleman pouches, man. I ain't seen them shits since kindergarten, dude. Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Like back then, like when you got your ass beat, like you would get your ass beat. Like your parents would find old school beatings. Your parents would find anything. Like I belt. I did something really, really bad. I wouldn't know what to my standards considered bad. I can't remember what it was, but to my standards considered bad. But to bad kids, that's not bad. But that's why I was never, and I rarely got beat. I rarely got beat because my parents didn't play that shit. Especially when you got to a certain age, all my parents had to do was give you that look, especially dad. We call it laser eyes. It's the omega beams, like the dark side eyes, the omega beam eyes. And every Blackson father got that. I even got it. I give my daughter laser eyes, and anytime she gets a little beside herself and she stops, she know I ain't playing around or whatever like that. But every Blackson father gets the laser eyes. It's passed down from grandpa to dad. Now it's passed down to me. And it also works on your girlfriend. Give them the laser eyes. I remember I did that one time. My girlfriend, this is back in college. She had my PSP. No, I was playing my PSP. And she just kept, I was playing Ys. I was playing the Ys 6 or what was it? 6 or was it 5 or 6? It's one of the Ys games on PSP, the original PSP. And I remember I'm playing it and she's she wanted to play around while I'm playing the game. She's pushing me, being all silly and stuff. And I don't mind her being silly because I like being silly too. But obviously I'm fighting the balls. I'm trying to play the fucking game. She's trying to play around and stuff like that. So while she's playing around, she accidentally smacked the PSP out my hand by accident, playing around with me. My PSP fell down the steps and everything. Battery fell out and everything. And when it fell, I stood there, right? I turned around, my eyes got wide. I looked at her, I gave her the laser eyes. And she went from smiling and she got real quiet. He said, "Oh, I'm sorry." And then I walked downstairs, like I had to go down the steps and pick up my PSP. Dude, when it fell, the PSP opened up, the CD fell out and everything. The battery, everything fell out. Yo, I was pissed as hell, but I ain't saying that. I was just quiet. I just gave her the laser eyes. I gave her the omega beam eyes. And she went from laughing, she got quiet. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh. So yeah, it works. It works. It works. It works with your girlfriend and your wife too. So but I had really looked up, for example, like stealing combos. Yeah, so to my parents' stand, to my stance, it wasn't bad, but I forgot what I did, and I got beat with extension cord. Extension cord hurt. Either extension cord, and I'm sorry, dude, a shoe hurts, dog. I think it hurts worse than a belt. And the thing was, a shoe, like I had to put my hand out, and mom whacked my damn hand with that fucking shoe. Dog, that shit was hard. Yo, that shit hurt. But those were rare moments. Oh my God. And then getting beat, and this is the worst type of beating. The worst type of beating is when you get beat when your mom or your grandmother, she beats you for every syllable, for every word. Didn't I tell you not to? She beats you with every word she says. She beats you. So if your mom or your grandma or whoever is a talkative person, that beating is gonna be long as shit. It's going to be long as hell. She's gonna beat you with every syllable or every word that come out of her mouth is a beating that comes with it. And my grandmother on my mom's side, she's like very religious and stuff. And I remember that time when my younger uncle, because I have a young uncle that I'm older than. I remember he got beat when grandma beat him. And like I said, my grandma like really, really religious. She always she would quote Bible scriptures when she beat your ass and shit like that. And I remember this one time my uncle had done something really, really bad. And she told him she was describing hell. Do you know what hell is like? Hell is darkness and all this other type of stuff. You can't see nothing. So she said, I'm gonna show you what hell is like. She turned the lights off where it's pitch black, and she beat his ass in the dark to simulate hell. She beat his ass. She beat his dog. She beat dog. I don't want to do that. I'm sorry. I won't do it again. My mom would beat me while screaming. I never learned it, but scarily, yeah. But my grandma, she would either quote Bible scriptures or, like I said, like when she beat my uncle's ass, she wanted to simulate what hell was like. And she said, hell is darkness. You can't see nothing. You being tortured and all other type of stuff. So she turned the lights off. She said, I'm going to show you what hell is like. She turned the lights off on that nigga and beat and locked the door, locked him in the room with her. And all you hear is that nigga screaming. You thought the symbiote. You remember when Peter Parker on the Spider-Man cartoon, when the symbiote jumped on that nigga started screaming and shit? You would have thought the symbiote got that nigga. Yo, dog, those are the times, man. Those are the fucking times growing up. I tell you, man. I never underwent that type of being, but I remember faintly witnessing my cousin going through that with my mom and aunt. My grandmother got into a fight with them. Oh yeah, I remember this one. The worst type of beatings is the beatings that you forget about. Because like what my mom did. My mom learned this from grandma. Like grandma, your grandmothers, because in the family, normally the mothers are the disciplinaries. Like the fathers are the enforcers. They enforce. Mothers are more so the disciplinaries. So like it's rare. Most of my beatings came in when it came to my dad's when I got older. That's why fathers are important. Fathers let young men, let boys who are eventually become men. That's why it's hard for single mothers to raise men, because as a young man gets older, he started to sniffing his own ass. He gets stronger. He can outpower his mom, and that's why fathers are there. The fathers is the to let him know, nigga, you better not cross the line when it comes to your mom. You better not put your hands on your mom. You better not do that and the other. That's what fathers are there for. Or there. That's why fathers are important when young boys start becoming men, because young men start becoming stronger. Mothers can't control them, but when fathers are there, he nips that in the bud. So my discipline dad more so disciplined when we got older, when I became a teenager. Because when you become a teenager, you kind of become rebellious, or you begin to get a little mouthy sometimes. So that's the only time, like, where my dad actually had to put his hands on me and stuff like that. But other than that, those were rare times. And as a father, even my dad, he even felt bad that he had to do it because we're so tight and stuff. But yeah, even as a man, he would come back and apologize. He said, yo, he felt bad doing that. But as a father, he has to do that. He has to lay the rules down, especially as you become you start becoming a young man, you have to know your place. There's only be one king in the castle. You know what I'm saying? And he has to let his sons know that, yo, I'm the king here, So yeah, man, it was crazy how it said it never had a beating and remember witnessing it. Yeah, so like I said, the worst type of beating is a beating where you forget that you forget all about it. It's like I owe you type of beatings. And my grandmother on my dad's side, she was known for that. My dad used to say when he was growing up, sometimes she wouldn't even beat you when you right then and there. She'll let you forget about it a couple of days, and then she'll come in. You owe me a beating. You owe me, and that's when she beats your ass and stuff like that. I remember my mom did that to me one time. I was in second grade, and I was talking back to my teacher. Now my parents taught me to never talk back to my teacher. I don't care if the teacher's in the wrong; they're an adult. Is that if there is a problem, I'm supposed to go back and tell my parents or whatever like that, and my parents would handle it. So I got mouthy with the teacher, And my teacher was heartbroken because she see me as like one of her good students. Can't remember what it was why I got mouthy or whatever like that. But teacher called home, and mom picked up the phone and stuff like that. So not only was I grounded, mom grounded me. I thought, because this is what happened. I came home, I thought mom was gonna beat me, but she ended up grounding me. But that was a trick. My mom ended up grounding me. My mom didn't say nothing. Mom just told me I was grounded, and she walked back into her room. So I was like, oh, okay. I guess I could take the ground. I guess I could take a week being grounded for a week or whatever like that. So after that, a couple days went by. My brother, Keo, my sister outside, they playing outside, but I was grounded, so I couldn't go outside and play with my friends. So I'm sitting in my room, and my mom opened the door and said, no, I'm in my room. My mom called my name and told me to come in the room. So I come in the room. So I was like, yeah, mom. I said, yes, mom. And my mom said, shut the door. So I was like, shut the door. I said, okay. I'm still not even thinking about it. So mom said, you thought I forgot. I was like, forgot? I'm like, forgot what? Mom said, you said, I hope you didn't think that you was going to just talk back to your teacher and you wasn't going to get whooped or anything. So mom said, yeah, like I owe you a whooping. I was like, what? Yeah, so my mom took the belt out. Mom told me to take my clothes off. Mom whooped my ass, man. Mom whooped my ass. And people, my friends heard it from outside and shit like that. That was so embarrassing. But yeah, I forgot all about it. Those are the worst beatings when you don't expect it, or it just leaves your mind that your parents owe you an ass whooping and shit like that. You said that he was even then your dad shows up. Yeah, dog. Oh man, that was so. And the worst type of beatings too is if all four, like I remember one time all four of us, we was real young. All four of us got a beating. Like me, my brother Keo, my sister, and even my little brother Strike. I forgot what we did. I think we wasted our food. We was throwing food at each other. We was taking the food and throwing it at each other and stuff. And we didn't finish our food, and we threw it in we caught ourselves trying to hide it or whatever like that. And mom found it or whatever like that, and seen that it was a mess all over the place and stuff. So yeah, mom made us get in line, sit stand in a horizontal line, and we had to get beat by age number and shit like that. And since I was the oldest brother, I got beat the worst because I was the oldest. I was responsible for them. And I should have been the one that told them not to be throwing the food and stuff like that. So my little brother, he got beat, and then my sister got beat, and then Keo got beat, and then mom saved me for last and whooped my ass. Hey mom. Mom whooped my ass. Mom saved me for last. I was like, damn. I remember that. I was like, and so being the oldest is no joke, man. You're responsible for your siblings. And when they get in trouble, especially when y'all young, when they get in trouble, your ass getting in trouble. Even if you didn't do anything. You the older brother. And that's what parents do, is to teach you having responsibility and being a leader and stuff, and that's the thing that I had to learn growing up with both my mom and dad and stuff like that. When them little niggas got in trouble, I got in trouble. Even if I had nothing to do with it, my ass is getting in trouble with them too, because I was the older brother. Think about the Ninja Turtles. Every time Michelangelo, Raphael, and Leonardo, not Leonardo, Michelangelo, Raphael, and Donatello, whenever they did something they wasn't supposed to do, Strutter would crack down more so on Leonardo, because Leonardo was the leader. He was the leader. Splinter would crack down on his ass. And that's why Leonardo would be so hard on his other brothers, because like, yo, I'm the one who got to deal with Splinter. I gotta deal with this nigga. So that's how I felt being an older brother. Because like, if they fuck up, I gotta deal with my parents. My parents is coming down on me. You know what I'm saying? So it keeps an order. You know what I'm saying? It keeps everything in order and stuff like that. Yeah, mom's here. Yeah. So no, my mom liked my older brother more because she couldn't stand my dad. See, then that's where that comes in. See, when you come from single parent households and stuff and divorce, and especially single parent households. That's what I saw when it came to my cousins and stuff, where you would have one brother or one sibling treated better than the other because the mom has a grudge against the baby daddy, stuff like that. She hates the father. So that sibling is treated as the black sheep because that child constantly reminds that mother of that father or whatever like that. And that's wrong. And I've seen that. Even one of my cousins, man, he's the one that always got treated the worst, while his other brother does drugs, you know what I'm saying, went to jail, do all this other type of stuff. And that the mom keeps bailing him out and treats him like royalty, even though he's the bad one. But she doesn't like the younger one because the younger one reminds her of his dad. So she always treats him bad or whatever like that. Don't support him. But the whole family does that to him. The whole family treats him like the black sheep. And guess what? When you look at his life, he has a family. He moved his family to a whole nother state. He takes care of them. He's a father, got a good job, making money, and he wants nothing to do with them. He moved away from them. And he always tried to get their validation, but they would never give it to him. And they always used to treat his older brother way better, even though the older brother is a fuck up. So maybe you should try being a storytime YouTuber as well. Yeah, dude, I got a lot of stories, man. So I thought Journey was unfair when I got whoopings by my aunt when my cousins did things I had nothing to do with, vice versa. Almost broke me moving Lord. Yeah, man. So yeah, it depends, man. It depends on the dynamic because you got some parents or some family members who are jealous of certain kids because of who they're born by or who they come from, or if they're treated much better, and stuff like that. So they treat you wrong. They'll treat that child wrong because they have a grudge against that parent or whatever like that. So I totally understand that. Oh yeah, I mean, I always used to tell stories on this. I haven't done it in a while, but yeah, I got a shit ton of stories to tell, man. I got a shit ton of stories to tell. There's always stories to tell and stuff that I know you guys like, and I'll definitely gonna save more of those stories. And I'm gonna have Dad on stream one time again. I'm gonna tell you when Dad gonna come back on stream because y'all seen him, y'all met him before, some of your guys, and I'm gonna have my brothers and stuff on because we got stories to tell, bro. We got stories to fucking tell. No, I stay with my dad sometimes, and I love him. I got his name. Good, man. He said I'm back. Well, welcome back, Neo. But yeah, man, those are some fun times, man. And the more and more I think about it, the more and more I look at it, man, it really made me realize how good I had it growing up, and it made me realize how I took for granted the lifestyle that I had and how easy things were back in the 90s and the early 2000s. Things were so much simpler back then. And as you get older, you become an adult, you got bills, you got so many other things that's on you. You got the weight of the world, you got grown man shit or adult shit that's on you. And that childhood innocence or that child faith that you would have when you was younger goes out the window. You know what I'm saying? Because you weren't about the stresses of life and everything, man. Like it's growing up as a gamer, growing up in the 90s, watching cartoons and all those other type of things. Dude, one time I binge watched like 90s compilations of 90s commercials and watching like what it was like to go to the mall in the 90s because I remember those times growing up where it was like going to the malls and toy stores in the 90s and then what it was like in the early 2000s and stuff like that. And now you got a young generation. You got my daughter's generation who wants to experience what I experienced growing up. You have it is one YouTuber who's a Gen Zer. He decorated his whole room to look like the early 2000s, like early 2000 to 2005. Decorated his whole room. He got the Xbox, the original Xbox. He plugged up the PS2. He unplugged himself. He had to use his old razor. He found an old razor flip phone. He did it for a week, and he put away his smartphone and used the old flip phone and stuff like that just to see what it was like to live and have. And he actually still had he's able to get a hold of the old iPod or whatever like that. He's able to do all those type of things. And now my daughter is trying to find that style of the early 2000s, which is called they call it the Y2K style. My daughter even like that style and stuff like that. And there's a younger generation that wants to live the style and the life that I grew up with, what I thought was, it's just life. But now I'm reflecting back on it, man. Those were some good times, man. Those were some good times. Yeah, bro, you had it pretty good, I think. I was working on my characters. Cool, man. Yup. He said, yeah, I wish I knew that, knew then what I knew now sometimes. Yeah, man. Like, dude, there's so many games that I wish, like, damn, it's so many games that I wish I would have played during those eras, man, as a gamer and stuff like that. I'm like, damn, like, how did I miss this game? Like, where was I when this game came out? How did I not know about this? Or there was a game that I seen, but didn't pick it up, and I got something else instead, but never got around to getting that other game. And now when I see that game, I'm like, damn, I should have got that game. You know what I'm saying? Styles recycles. Styles never died. They just recycle. Yup. The 2005 Time Traveler. Yup. Yeah, man. So I'm trying to imagine kids this day and saying, "Oh man, I remember when it was like, especially gamers, like in this time, you're especially when this time where games is just ass right now, microtransactions everywhere, loot boxes, gotchas, and all this other type of stuff. Like I was trying to imagine what they would say how it was for them when this era passes by. You know what I'm saying? Like this generation of gaming was just trash. You know what I'm saying? You got me thinking Ninja Gaiden. Yep, man. It was something, man. It was definitely something. But yeah, man. I'm definitely gonna wrap this stream up, man. I really enjoyed you guys, man. Had a good time. I appreciate you guys stopping through here on the stream. I'll be on a podcast tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to be on a podcast at 6 p.m. I'll shoot the link to you guys just in case you guys decide you want to catch it or whatever. I'm looking for it right now. It's called the what you call them podcast. Let me go find it. Let me go to my messages. It's from Levistro. His podcast is I'll be going on too. So let me go to his YouTube channel. I'm gonna go to his YouTube channel real quick. It's gonna be on Levistro's YouTube channel, and I'll be on his. It's gonna be around like 5 or 6 p.m. Eastern time. I'm gonna make sure I have that for you. Here's his channel. And I'll also post it in the community too. So, really, your live streams are incredible. I can literally sit here for hours hearing you talk. Your stories on that Poochie toy made my day. Had a horror lab. I think I found your channel. Yeah, no problem, man. I'm gonna fuck around and invent the time machine. That youngster's gonna fuck around and invent a time machine. My grandmother on my grandmother's side picks her favorites out, and the family treats her favorites very different than others. Yeah, and that's sad. Having like when it comes to picking favorites, that hurts a family. Like it's stuff like that in the Bible that talks about that stuff, favoritism and stuff like that. That puts family, that puts siblings and stuff against each other and stuff like that when you have favorites and everything. But yeah, man. This was definitely fun, man. I'm glad you guys love the stories and stuff. So I'll definitely have some more stories for you guys. Yes. So my stream schedule, I think this is gonna be a solid stream schedule for you guys. So I'll be streaming on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Those will be my stream days. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday around 6 p.m. Eastern time. Mondays is a toss up because like I said, I'm a recurring member of the Countercast. So some Mondays I'll be on another podcast. So sometimes they'll be up in the air. I'll probably let you guys know in the community tab or on Discord the night before, probably, if Monday is going to be a podcast or not. But yes, every week, once a week, there will be a Mugen TV episode podcast. Once a week, every week, there will be a podcast episode. So next week we'll do episode 6. So I'll try to do Mugen TV episode podcasts every Wednesday since Monday's a toss up. Wednesday will be an episode, Mugen TV episode podcast where we'll cover topics. So it'll be more of me having a discussing topics, and we talk about the topics itself. We're trying to get off track. We're going to try to stay on track and just talk about the topics itself with you guys as a community and everything. So that's my goal. And my goal is trying to submit myself in streaming with podcasts. I'm gonna have some guests on board as well. That will make an appearance, and hopefully you guys enjoy that as well. So Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern time. I'll let you know if I'm gonna be late or not on those days if something comes up. Because like I said, I am a father, so sometimes my daughter has activities. Especially my daughter's gonna be in the Wiz play, which is the black version of the Wizard of Oz play or whatever like that. So now she got not auditions, but practice and stuff. So sometimes on those days I may have to pick her up at 5 or 6 o'clock. So I may run late or whatever like that. Things happen and stuff. But Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, keep that in mind. There will be a stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to look forward to. So you guys have a good night, and I'll definitely be seeing you Game Fiends later. I love all you guys, and have a good night. Peace out.